Hello, here we are, and we are going to start with the clacker, just always like we do. 5 minutes of silence, seconds of silence, sorry, 5 seconds. Good enough. Okay, and looks pretty good. All right. Looks like we are good to go. Tonight, the first hour of what we do is going to be a bit of a slog. Oh, you know, it would help if Dave had a microphone.
Maybe that would help so that you can actually hear me for a change. Derp. Let's try this again. Okay, that should be way better. Way more better. Check 1, 2, check. Good. Okay. So
wait, let's ask.
Let's go around.
Sound.
Yeah. Do we sound okay?
Hey,
how are we?
Everybody say hi to Sugar.
Hi, Sugar.
Sugar.
You are my candy girl,
And you got me wanting you.
Okay, we are going to go around the table real quick. We need to do intros. I forgot that last week, and that was pointed out to us. So why don't we switch over? I'm Dave Wildson. I am the game master, and let's switch over to my next on my left. We're going to go clockwise like we always do.
Hi, I'm Glenn. I'm the Raven. I play Raven.
Alexium.
Thank you. I would have got it eventually, and I'm a wizard.
My turn. I'm Amanda. I play Josephine Smith. I am proudly a 5th level gunslinger. Pew pew. Wait. Pew pew pew.
Hi there. My name is Janice Wildson, and I play the part of Lavinia Rose.
I am Robert Woodbury, and I play the part of Percival Red Feather, and that's all there is to it.
I am Ian Little, and I am playing the part of Thaddeus L. Poindexter.
There we go. Okay. All right. So we are going to pick up where we left off last time, and the thing that we left off last time with was everybody leveled up. They had just defeated an ambush. Yeah.
Sugar says there's an echo.
There's an echo?
There's an echo.
Uh-oh.
I wonder if the echoed.
1, 2, 3, check 1, 2, 3. Oh, I know why. Hold on. My microphone thinks that it should be on. Okay. Thank you, Sugar, for letting me know. Did that fix the echo now when I talk?
Yes, it did.
Okay, good. Of course.
Thank you so much.
Shall we redo our intros?
No, we're going to just have to live with it.
Dave just had an echo because his microphone was that way and then it was that way.
It was actually my laptop decided it wanted to be a microphone too. And I told it now it cannot be. So we are leveled up to level 5. You guys just survived an ambush and you have got stuff to deal with, but we've run into a problem. We use Pathfinder on the Foundry program to handle all of our character sheets and our encounters and things like that. And it's frustrates me that I consider Foundry to be the best program of its type like this. There's Roll20 and there's Fantasy Grounds and there's other ones. I consider it to be the best. And as far as the Pathfinder character sheet goes, it's still not good enough because it's confusing. And we're having a hell of a time getting the upgrades set up for everybody as they're leveling up. And that's because of the way this sheet is set up. So we've got to slog now through about maybe even up to an hour of getting everybody fixed. So we're going to do that right now.
Just play on like we're level 4.
I do not want that extra pain. I don't want that extra pain. Okay, so if we go straight to the adventure screen, that is going to show you my desktop. And on my desktop, I don't want a split screen though. I want a full adventure screen.
So
the one that
adventure-
says screen.
I'm seeing Lavinia Rose's presentation, like her character sheet on the adventure screen right now. If that's what you wanted to
Yep,
show.
that's what I want to show.
Okay.
And is that what is showing on the back here
Yes.
too?
Yes.
Fine. Okay, we're good. So we'll start out with Lavinia Rose. And we've actually gone through most of her stuff. She's got some things to figure out. Most of it was relating to her. Hey, come on, give me a. There we go. Okay. Relating to her spells. She's got to figure out some of her spells still. But also there's another tab here called feats. And she's got a couple of feats that she's got to put in. She's got an ancestry feat and another one. But here is what we are going to do. Instead of trying to figure it out just from Pathfinder, we are going to rely on the website known as Archives of Nethys. All right. Which is, and we're going to go to the Pathfinder 2nd edition. All right. Archives of Nethys. If you type into the top, for example, we're going to do, we'll start with Percy. We'll do Percy. We go with Ranger. And we pick the Ranger up. I should have picked from the Ranger, and I'm going to pick from the drop-down classes Ranger for the class. Okay, it gives us all the basic information for Ranger, and most of this, if you want to find out about your class, that's fine. But the important part is we're going to scroll all the way down until we get to these tables. Class features. These are the additions. This table, class features, for each of you as a class, is where you find out what you get every level. So if you look here at level 5, it shows at level 1, you got your startup stuff. At level 2, you got a ranger feat and a skill feat. At level 3, you get a general feat, will expertise, and skill increase. Level 4, you got a ranger feat and a skill feat, which you get every other level. And at level 5, you got attribute boosts, and this is important. You get an ancestry feat, and this is the same for all classes. You also get a ranger weapon expertise, some weapon that you can choose an expertise in. You get a skill increase, and you get trackless journey. All right. So what about these attribute boosts? Well, it says further down in the list someplace, skill increases. Let me see if it actually shows it here. It's different on most of the different classes, but basically you get to put 4 more points into your attributes. So that's your will and your intellect, your dexterity, your constitution, all of those that are on the very first tab of your character sheet, you get to up 4 of those. Now the maximum you can up to is 4. You can mix and match them however you want.
4 all in one, or like
4 across
or like
all of
3
the
and 1 and 2 and 2, or
1 and 1 and 1, whatever you want. But when you get to 4 points in any particular attribute, then you cannot. It drops to half a point upgrade per time. So you kind of want to wait till you have 2 to stick in it if you want to push it from 4 to 5. See what I'm saying?
No.
Isn't that right?
Well, I'm not sure what you're saying is what I understand. Like you can't put 2 points. You have to wait for the next round of updates before you can go, say, from 18 to, it's like a +4 to a +5, right?
Yes.
That's what you're saying?
I guess so. Sure.
Okay. Well, that makes sense then.
Yeah, I would say you're right about that. So this is the thing you guys need to figure out. And you don't have to do it tonight, but I want you to understand where they are and what you need to do. And if you're running into problems with your sheet, I'm trying to get these sorted out for everybody's sheets, because we've had some real problems, especially with our spellcasters. This is where we discovered it, was with our wizard and with our cleric. Glenn, did you see that I fixed your sheet?
I did.
The way I had to do it was I had to make a whole new set of level 1, level 2, level 3 spells for you, and then drag all of your spells into the new spell preparation page, delete the old one and drag them all into the new one.
What a pain in the butt.
Oh, it was giant pain. That's why I'm
Oh.
ticked off at Foundry right now. It's stupid. The way they put that together is not good in my opinion. This is what happens when programmers think too much like programmers and not enough like human beings. And I've run into it lots of times before. Anyways.
Well, thanks for fixing that, because
Yeah,
I couldn't figure
you're
it out.
fixed. Jan, you're mostly fixed. Is that
So
right?
Dave, when you looked up this particular chart, where did you look for in Archives of Nethys in the search? I didn't.
Okay, so what you do
He just
is,
looked up Ranger. He typed in Ranger in the search bar.
but there is a trick to it. You
Okay.
can't hit enter. So it's not showing very well on the screen right now. I'm going to pull this tab out and drop it down a little bit. I'm hoping it's going to show us that tab updated. And no, of course it's not.
So could you pull up Cleric for me then?
Yeah. Okay. When you type in CLERIC, how come it's...
Now it's updating.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. You notice how if I hit enter, it's going to take me someplace else. But if it gives me a drop down, and if I click on class, that's how I get my class. Okay. When you type in cleric, don't hit enter. Wait until this drop down appears and then click your class. Click. You'll get a different page.
I need to Google some class. Just saying.
So here's cleric, and here is your drop down at the your class features box, and then below
Okay,
that
so-
it's got a thing that shows your levels and how much you get of what you get.
Can you go back to level 5 right there and tell me what it says?
It says third rank spells,
Yeah.
attribute boost, so you get 4 points to put into whatever you want at this. That happens this only happens at level 5. Okay, this 4 point, you'll get it again, I think at level not 10. Yeah, level 10. You'll get it at level 10 again.
So for the ones that are split, for example, I'm at 18 and I got used to be what was 18 because I have a +4. I got +4.5, but I can't go to +5 until level 10, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
And we'll just remember that I have a half a point floating around in intelligence.
Yeah.
Because that's really what normal life is for me.
Okay.
Okay.
So can you finish saying what the rest of those are?
Okay, third level spells, attribute boosts, and an ancestry feat, like we've talked about, perception expertise, and 1 skill. Well, I don't know if it's 1, but some skill increase.
Okay. So I think it was the perception expertise that I wasn't sure about.
Your perception is probably a little bit better than it was. Simple as that.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think it's just it boosts you in all things, but I think we get to choose maybe an ancestry feat. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
you go ahead, you pick the ancestry feat
Where
you
do
want.
we find ancestry feats?
Oh, look.
You go to your feats,
Okay.
and when you're in at the top
No,
of the
not
list,
those feet.
Oh my God. Let's
on,
go to
on the feats
FEH,
page
yes.
for yours, and right at the top it says ancestry feats, and on the right hand side there's a little thing that says browse.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So he means, and
Very
under
much
browse,
appreciated.
yeah, that's right. And you can even go where the empty slot is. I believe there's the same magnifying glasses right there. It's going to bring up your compendium browser. Now you have to make sure that you have the right categories clicked on the left-hand side. If you bring up, is it showing on my screen behind me? Good. Okay. So in this case, the category is ancestry feat that's checked. Okay. Don't check any of the others. Here, I'll pull this over. See, only ancestry feat is checked on the left-hand side here. So in other situations, you're going to go with the general feat and a skill
Holy
feat.
moly, my HP went to 53. I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes.
He's so excited.
The character sheet is very good about automatically updating hit points and stuff like that. It's just not great when it comes to its spell lists and giving us because you have to go to this browser. You have to find your spells. You have to drag them into your spell preparation list, and then from there drag them onto your spell list. And it's just such a cumbersome situation. So this is where you can find those feats if you need to choose an ancestry feat. Make sure that your ancestry feat is actually an ancestry feat for your class. Okay. If you need to double check that, you can always check it against Archives of Nethys.
And when you open them as well, it will give you an indication as to whether it needs to be, if there's a prerequisite, because the prerequisite will tell you what the class is.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, because she has one called Dark Vision that required that she at level 1 should have taken Gloom Vision to be able to get it. So some of them will have prerequisites. You might run into that someplace. On the left-hand browser menu of Archives of Nethys, there is a menu, and you can click feats, and there's all feats, general feats, so on and so forth. And you can look at your feats this way. There's a full feats page, okay? And you can look at all the different kinds. And so these ones are sorted just by name, I think. I don't know if they show what's class specific for your feats or not.
You can go, if there's something on the top, like all of those subject lines on the top, you can click in the chart and it will.
And if I use the top browser or the top search bar and I go cleric feat, it gives me a drop down. And then there's a number of different entries here. There's a couple of them for cleric feats.
Oh, cool.
But I think it may be taking me to the same page. Anyways, that gives you information to read about your stuff.
Thank you.
You probably don't need to worry that much tonight about those things, but there are important extras there that you can add to your character. I mean, Glenn is the master of that. He's the master of min-maxing his character and figuring out how to get extra power and extra spells and extra everything, extra powerful summoning creatures. So all of you have got that for your characters if you want to find things that you want to add for yours.
Nice driving, Glenn.
I am absolutely interested in researching fangs and blunt snout. Those are some feats I may be able to acquire.
As a gunslinger?
I know. Blunt snout, yes.
You ran into too many glass walls.
I don't understand what the purpose of that would be, but I guess you'll tell me.
Become a pug dog.
Are there any more questions about the level upgrades?
Your small blunt snout and labyrinth sinus system make you resistant to pneumonia phenomena that assail the nose. When you roll a saving throw against inhaled threats, such as inhaled poisons, and olfactory effects, such as Olgath stench, you get the outcome 1 degree of success better than the result of your roll.
So what does that say? I can't read it.
Shuni.
Shuni. Is that a creature? You have to be of that race?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to discuss, before we move away from this, we're going to discuss something else, and that is called the remastering. So, last year, the beginning of last year, a full year from, a little more than a year from now, there was all this drama. There was the whole Wizards of the Coast drama, where they tried to cancel the open gaming license that had been in existence for 23 years. And there was a massive rebellion, and finally they backed off. The problem is there is still fallout from that. And we have to deal, even in Pathfinder, with some of this bullshit fallout, because Pathfinder, which is owned by Paizo, was originally based on Dungeons and Dragons 3.5. This means that they used a lot of the names of the same spells, a lot of the names of various races, a lot of the names of all kinds of different things, schools of magic, you name it. And because the open gaming license came under threat, all of that came under threat. And now, this is my personal point of view, in order to cover their asses and protect themselves from any future lawsuits from Wizards of the Coast / Hasbro / assholes of the role-playing world, they have gone and they have remastered their whole system. So, for example, the age-old spell Magic Missiles can no longer be referred to that way in Pathfinder. Now it's got to be called Force Barrage. Okay, well, we can do whatever we want at our table, all right? But the problem is, within the Pathfinder system that we use for our character sheets and our encounters and stuff like that, if you get a new spell and you're used to the old name of that spell, what would be used would be the common use name of that spell. For example, something like something to do with being a druid. You'll find out all of a sudden that in the Pathfinder system, it is no longer named that. Okay? It's named something else. And so when you search for the original, you can't find it. You can't drag and drop it into your character sheet because it's been renamed. So you got to go find the renamed one, drag that one in your character sheet, and then we'll just rename it back to the name we want, because we can name our spells whatever we want in Homebrew. So we are going to the Foundry system
Can
here.
we name them all Hocus Pocus? Because that would be nice.
But that
I
would
cast Hocus Pocus.
Are they all just the same then, no matter what they are?
Every spell, Hocus Pocus, and like you can like put a number on them, 1 through 73 or whatever.
That's even worse. So give me the
Hocus
adventure scene.
26.
Guys, give me the adventure scene for a sec.
I'm going to undo what you just said.
Did you paint one of your wands? It looks all goldy gold now. Oh, you've got a brown one and a gold one.
And we didn't even like, yeah, nobody saw that.
The screen's on me, so we're
Dueling
missing
wall
you.
wands.
Okay, so here we are. If you go to the adventure, back to the adventure screen once again, I'm going to show you where to find this information. It's in Foundry. Okay, adventure screen. Adventure screen.
That
There. On the left-hand side of the adventure screen, there is a little cog. Now, it's getting cut off on this one, which is... Let me see if I can change that. It's getting cut off, but up in the top left-hand corner, there are two little cogs, and it says Game Settings. If you click on that, it pops open a list of all of the things that have to do with game settings. You may or may not be able to see some of the ones that I see, but there is one called Remaster Changes right here. See it? Remaster Changes. You click on Remaster Changes and it gives you a pane that has not a full definitive list, but the majority of the remaster changes. All right. It doesn't necessarily say why they're doing this. It just says, hey, this is happening. So, for example, the Ifrit are now called the Nari. Well, fuck that. I'm going to call them Ifrit. Half-elves are now supposed to be called Aluverin. I don't care. Half-orcs are now supposed to be called Dromar, right? No, I'm not going with those names because I don't want to.
But we need to know what they're identified as in order to search for them
Use
in
right
the archives.
pronouns or we get in trouble.
I happen to know that Dungeons and
Exactly.
Dragons did not invent the word orc.
That's correct. That's
crazy
correct.
pronouns.
I know.
So if you go there, rules and languages, they show you that the alignment has been removed, which is fine. We don't play with alignment. We don't care. Spell schools are important to wizards, and that's been removed. Spell components have been changed, so on and so forth. So we will use as much of this as I find practical. Here are the class features that have been all remastered. Okay. So if, for example, you are...
The spells is a long list.
Yeah. If you're a ranger and you used to have trackless step, well, now it's called trackless journey, right? Because, of course, oh my God, one is just far too, I don't know what. Anyway, so there are the feats are renamed. The spells are all renamed, or a lot of them, not all of them, but, you know, like, come on, like Barkskin is now called Oaken Resilience. Barkskin is a term that is used in many, many different games, even video games. Right? So renaming it here, I think this is stupid. But we're stuck with it, so.
They did what they did to keep it legal, and we're grateful for the platform.
I don't know how much of it is legal and how much of it is bureaucratic, but either way, we've got to deal with this extra bullshit. So when you're looking for something, check what the new name is there first. Then go find it, drag it onto your sheet. Okie doke.
Yeah, one of the things that I've noticed in Archives of Nethys is that they'll put what the original name or what the current name is, but they'll have a little box beside it that says Legacy. You click on Legacy and it will take you back to what the original name was.
That's cool too.
Yeah. Well, that's helpful, and I wish it was all as helpful.
And
as that.
so then if you did a search under a certain name, would it bring you to that and just have it?
I don't know.
Within
We're gonna
the legacy?
We'll have to experiment and try and see.
Okay.
This
But
whole
that's what
thing
I
is
learned
just
today.
a giant pile of extra encumbrance that's, bogging us down. And I don't like having to deal with the fact that all of the terms for shadow damage or necrotic damage are now changed to void damage and shit like that. It just seems to me that it was general enough before.
Well,
we
that
shouldn't have
helps to
worry.
understand what that is because I keep running across void damage.
Yeah, it's actually
And-
necrotic damage.
Oh, okay. There you go. I needed to know that.
You absolutely need to know that.
So, anything else that we need to cover on that front? I don't think so. Is there anything
I
else you
think
guys
we
have
just have
questions
to
about?
dig in and
Yeah.
make it happen.
Dig in.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of wizardy questions, but might be better to do that offline.
Yeah. We've got this next week to try and get everybody all, shaped up as far as you guys can log into this anytime you want. Now that we are on the server that we are on, it's running all the time. So I don't have to start it up. Anybody should be able to log in anytime and work on their stuff. But you may run into things that for some reason it hasn't given you the permission for. And then I've got to go do it as the game master.
So,
Okay. Having done that, we are going to set a timer for another 30 minutes and we're going to play. Does that sound like a plan?
woohoo!
So let me see where my timers are. Online alarm clock. And set an alarm. I want a timer, not an alarm clock.
Have you introduced your friend yet?
Oh, you want to do that next? We'll do
By
that
the
next.
way, I broke your gun the other day.
What's that?
I broke your gun the other day.
Oh yeah, we have to fix. It's split in
I can
two parts.
I bumped into the table and it fell off and went, yes, introduce your friend.
So this is my friend the parrot, and we're going to modify this so hopefully it becomes Raven's new mascot. New mascot. Cool, eh? I don't know where my camera is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Keep there.
Right there.
Keep there.
So basically all it does is repeat whatever you yell at it right now, but well, we're going to fix that. So it's Bluetooth activated and we're going to get fancy.
It's the best parrot ever, and I'm jealous that it's not my pet, to be honest.
Well, you could have an animal companion like this one. They have little
I'm sure I could.
little tigers and
but
Dogs.
bears.
Can make it a little wolf. Yeah.
Well, they have bears or something like that.
One bear.
A wolf.
Yes.
Okay,
She wants her wolf named Bear from previous games.
we'll have to make Dorema look a little more frightening.
Oh, definitely.
we'll have to
has be
reskin her.
transformed. I started reprinting a shell for him
You
in
don't
various
have to,
parts.
You don't
with feathers.
No, black acrylic paint will cover over that nicely.
Yeah,
You-
but
you
it
don't-
still wouldn't look like a
It
raven.
wouldn't look like a raven. The
No.
beak is longer and has more of a
Well, I
point.
mean, you can put on a different beak.
Yeah, I printed the
But
beak.
really, you don't have to do a lot to the body, I don't
Yeah,
think.
and then I'm
Yes,
going to
you
put
do.
black
Yes,
feathers.
you do.
on-
Put
Yeah.
if you
I don't
if you
want
give it a bit of a
raven
chest
puffin.
on the front, and then you give it a tail out the back to give it that curved body instead of the penguin body, because it's actually a penguin that's been recolored as a parrot, is what it is.
Yeah.
But if you do that, then you should be good to go. Just change the shape of the body with some extra padding.
But
Yeah.
it's a cool idea.
And the beak could be a little longer, and I'm printing that right now.
And I think, I don't know if you'll be able to do it, but if you could build a couple of decorated wire feet so that it had more raven's feet than those little feet, then it would look more like a raven as well.
Hi. Wait, oh, you turn it off.
Yeah.
Hi.
Probably have to be.
A little louder.
Hi. You can have it back. That's weird how it flutters in your hand.
That's not scary at all.
You know,
I need a scary
It's a
raven.
perspective thing. I would be scared of that.
scares the hell out of me. It's like kids, right?
I think it's a great idea, the whole Bluetooth and recorded messages thing, so that it does
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think then you could
Chatter.
have a series of messages on your phone and just click them, and it would say things at appropriate times. There's trouble ahead. I think everything's fine. Clear sailing. Arr.
Timmy found down the well. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I am just looking for some details for where you are at and what we are doing. Scenes. And you're right now that you've all leveled up, you have all of your spell slots back. So Glenn, I put a stack there for you. Do you have the right number of spell slots and everything?
I'll check.
Yeah. Figure out your numbers. Here is a
Okay.
whole bunch of stuff.
I do get 3 level 3s because I get an arcane focus.
Okay.
So I should have 3 instead of 2.
I'm super excited to have 53 hit points.
I'll
I
get
feel
you a
like
third
I'm
one.
a freaking superstar now.
But I'm happy that I have more spells to play with. The new remastering
Here's
has,
a level 3.
thank you. The new remastering has a replay of focus spells, and they've changed all that. So I'm going to have to figure that one out with you.
Yeah, I've got to slog through that and try and wrap my brain around stuff. The whole reason that we went with this when we moved away from D&D Beyond, which I do not regret, but when we moved away from it, the whole point of having online character sheets and all of this stuff is so that I don't have to plow through a whole bunch of extra rules and regulations bullshit on top of dealing with the story and the maps and the monsters and everything else. But I'm still getting stuck with it. And that's why I'm a little pissed off about this. Okay.
Hey, Dave.
Fine. What's up?
Amanda was just commenting about
But I have no 8 coins.
You have no 8 coins. These are all yours?
They are. Yeah.
Okay. I want my thing back. You can put them in.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. We put back most of the 8 coins, but I will give you 2 because you should have 2 for what you do.
Yeah.
I
usually
still-
just have 2 in the bowl and I never use them, but I just noticed that I don't have them.
I still have on my to-do list to print a whole bunch of brown stickers that I am going to put on these and update them. Oh, there's
yeah, he collected up all our 8s and changed them for things.
Jan's 8s we changed out, but we'll give you your 2 8s for now. You can pass those to her.
Thank you.
Eventually I'll have details
I
on
can't remember-
these.
I think I need them for my Zephyr vial
Yes.
and my smoke bomb.
And things that end up having a level will have the number on one side and then the item on the other. So, for example, a spell or whatever else has a level to it. Okay, so the place that we're going to pick up in the game. You were in the burned out area. You had discovered what looked like a burned out Fey village. And that Fey village had somebody held in it as a prisoner. You were ambushed by a bunch of undead, pretty blackly charred, covered in dirt undead, but they came out of the earth and you killed them all. We called it right there with that, and you now are out of combat and you've leveled up and you've got to decide what you want to do.
I think we were still deciding how to
Release her.
yes, to get our friends free.
Do we have any way of shrinking her?
I don't have a shrink spell.
I don't either.
Well, I mean, I can get one, but I don't have it.
Well, I mean, we have some lard or butter. We could butter up her limb and hopefully slip it through.
I think I have.
Since when do we have butter?
No, we got something better than that.
What?
Better than butter?
Better than butter.
It's margarine.
Is there something better? No.
No, I think I
Margarine
have
is not better than butter.
I thought I had a vial of slippery stuff, unless we used it up.
Oh,
You
the slippery
do
stuff.
have a vial of slippery something,
Did you?
I'm sure.
You have it in your inventory?
I'm just looking. I have a vial of oil-like substance, but I don't know what it is. So I can attempt a check to see if I can identify it. So
I
I
suppose
roll.
that's better than just
All right,
putting
roll
it
for
on her
recall
foot.
knowledge. See if you can figure this out. I mean, you could use it even without doing that and see what happens.
Okay, I rolled a 6.
You cannot tell what it is for sure.
Let's try
But
it
it's
anyways.
slippery.
In my opinion.
Let's try it anyway.
Okay, so I'll take this vial of oil-like substance and I'll pour it on the wrist of this captured
Ankle.
It's her ankle.
or ankle.
Yes.
I got lots I can go around.
Yeah, you pour it on her wrist as
Just
well.
lube
I'm
up,
Okay,
sure.
lube
on her
up.
ankle, I pour this oil-like substance on this fey creature.
This is so dirty.
As a another small woman, I will approach her and massage it into her ankle.
Is there a
so that she doesn't
keyhole
feel
anywhere on
infections
this?
by
I have a
men
key.
Remember-
grabbing at her.
The skin around her ankle is badly damaged and she will scream.
I have a
at the
key
top.
from Aerosol's house.
Massaging the oil gently
into badly burned
What did you
skin.
say, Thaddeus?
I have a key from Aerosol's bedroom.
That is an awfully good idea. Is there a place that we can see that we can?
That was my question.
Wasn't there no keyhole?
Oh, I think it was hammered with a rivet.
There was a hammered rivet was holding it together.
The
Does anyone have a
question came up-
crowbar?
The question came up that because you are a locksmith, so obviously it should be easily removable for
Yes.
you, but it's not.
Does anyone have a crowbar?
Well, first we should see what the oily substance does. And it may have solved the situation, or it may have made her extremely uncomfortable, because it could have been acid. We don't know.
Oh, I hope the oily substance was not some sort of acid.
Here's hoping.
Open.
I am going to try and give. Oh, why does everything always have to be so confusing? Let's try this instead. Yeah. If you go to the adventure screen, does it give you? Let me turn this on.
He gives us a C-shaped cuff-looking thing.
It gives us the omega symbol.
Or an atomic cloud.
Or a helmet for an alien.
Why am I seeing this? Oh wait, yeah, this. Oh, okay. He's drawing it. Yeah, no, I gotta shut myself off.
Okay, so this is basically a cross section of what the collar looks like. All right, that is around her ankle. As you can see, it's got kind of an iron pin that goes across. There is a link that goes around it, you know, and of course there's another link from the chain that goes like this.
Who has bolt cutters?
All right, so you're basically, this is the type of thing that you are dealing with.
I have leather working tools. So I suppose if I tried, I might be able to use one of my thicker punches to punch that pin out.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it was braced against a stone or something solid.
Okay.
So if we can find a stone to
You find a stone. There's going to be lots of them around
and
there.
then I put the punch onto the end of the where the taper occurs.
Yeah, as you can say, one end of this
that's the
thing has got
stone.
quite a large head, but the other one is just tapered out as it's been very crudely hammered.
Yeah. So
there's only a little bit of lip on either
I'm
side.
going to put the pin, I'm going to put my punch on the other end, and I'm going to whack it with my tomahawk.
I'm holding her.
And you hold that steady so that she doesn't get
wrist or
damaged.
ankle.
I'll hold her hand.
Stabilize the brackets
Okay.
against the stone.
The oil does give her some relief as far as contact direct from her skin to the iron. There's now a little film of oil there that is protecting her a little bit temporarily. So it isn't quite as painful as it was to feel direct touch of the iron, but that's a very thin, oily film. And if she gets really tight contact any place, she has a problem. So it helps a lot to have Thaddeus hold her and stabilize it to try and keep her skin from touching it.
Do you want me to roll?
So Percy, roll for strength to see if you hit it. Add your athletics.
17.
And you
Plus
end up
10, 27.
It takes 4 or 5 blows, but you can see that you're making progress. And having a punch like that, even like one of, say, your pitons from your climbing gear, works perfectly.
Okay.
The leatherworking punch or a piton would have worked great. You could also have taken a piton and driven it into this area right here.
Spread it.
Where her ankle was?
Well, her ankle's over here,
Problem
right?
I have with that is you're too close to her flesh. So if it slips out, it would damage her.
But it works, and you were able to free her, and she is now free of the problem. We're going to just close that off.
Thank elves almighty, how free at last.
So, having done that, you now have got her free. Her name, if I zoom in, we can see if we can find her. Her name is Neluthel.
Neluthel.
Neluthel?
Sounds like a made
Can
up
I call
name.
her Nelly?
I guess we'll see what she thinks of
Excuse
that.
me, miss. May I call you Nelly?
And she'll call you Josie.
Okay.
And you'll all be sorted out.
Yay.
Well, she can't understand us, right?
She speaks Elven, and she can also speak Latin, which is the common language of this world.
I speak Elfin, apparently.
Yes.
Understand.
So she initially starts speaking in her native language, and you're able to catch most of what she has to say.
Even though I don't understand why I know or like can say and comprehend and conversate in Elfin, I can do it.
Converse.
Pardon me?
Yeah, okay.
So she is very thankful that you have freed her. She's also very fearful, and she says it is not safe here. They could come back at any time, and she wants to get away from here as quickly as she can.
Excuse me, Game Master. I just wanted to point out on my sheet, it does say on my front page here that I do speak in Latin, which I don't recall ever speaking
not
Latin
right.
before. Mm-hmm.
You don't speak in Latin. It says
I don't
that on
think
your
so.
front page. Oh, I know why. It's because I found a way to update the common language for the entire world to Latin. And so it changed it because it was some other weird named language that comes from, their world, right? The character sheets always assume just by default that everybody can speak whatever the common language is. So that's why it says that.
Okay. I was just wondering when I ever learned Latin because I certainly
You did
didn't
not.
recall.
Maybe
Yes.
you could show her you are an elf as well.
Take her aside and show her my...
Ears.
Your ears are getting a little, you notice as you do that, I mean, you haven't been able to see, but the rest of the party notices that your ears are a little pointier than they were a couple of months ago. It looks like since the more time you spend in this world, the more the elven side of your nature comes out and takes dominance over the human side.
I'm getting sprightlier and sprightlier.
Sprightlier and sprightlier, and your eyes are getting bigger and bigger. No, I don't know. I don't know. So she wants to get away from here.
Pardon me?
One of the Keeler elves here making cookies.
I thought you just said urine to make cookies, and I was like,
Urine
what?
to make cookies.
I don't know why you would think
Have
that.
an urge to-
So she wants to get away from here as quickly as possible. Something else happens. She is suddenly overwhelmed by a huge wave of sickness. She falls to her knees and she vomits. And it's kind of a black bile that comes up.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
terrible.
pretty,
Where does she want
pretty
to go?
rough.
What
She
direc-
looks
what
like
direction?
she's struggling with something. She's obviously not well.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. Where does she want to go? What direction?
She doesn't know, because from here she doesn't know anything about where it is safe.
This isn't her home?
It is. It used to be, but it's all burned down now.
Okay.
Yes, Lavinia,
I'd like to cast a heal on her.
you'd like to cast another heal on her?
I would.
Okay, all right. You
Wasn't she already healed?
she was healed a little bit earlier of some physical damage, but whatever this malady is doesn't seem to have been affected.
Okay.
So the heal didn't affect her the first time. So this
Yes, it healed her physical
Little bit.
damage, but whatever this malady is that she's got doesn't seem to have been healed up on. So, do you want to try and heal it some more?
Yeah, I do. I
All right.
definitely do.
Thaddeus,
What are you using
have
to
any
do it?
idea what ails you?
I'm using one of my gold coins.
All right. So we're going to use Lavinia's gold coins now. These are her cleric fonts instead of, until I get actual poker chips that say cleric font on them. We're just going to use these because she's got 5 now that she can use, 5 heals per day.
Wow.
Big upgrade.
Wow.
So it's awesome. I think she had more
Superhero.
before and we had her shortchanged. So we fixed that mistake.
So the question is there anybody who is short of anything, or is everybody all?
I think when
Everybody's
we
full
all,
health.
We all got.
You leveled up. You leveled up to full health.
When we leveled up, we all went to full health.
I kind of figured as much, but
And
too bad we couldn't kind of tuck them away. Anyways,
Keep
So,
bragging about my 53
roll your 2d8s.
over and over again.
roll my 2d8s.
Yep. Did you guys see the pewter mug that I posted on the Wilders page? No. You guys suck. God, I can't believe you did this.
I was on that page today.
Just a minute. Okay, you go ahead and do that, honey. I've got to school our wayward players.
4 and 4.
Okay, 8 points of 8 points of healing. You cast 8 points of healing, and there is no difference
That's what I'm
whatsoever.
So-
It's an ailment. Yeah. It's got to be something, a poison or something that we have to counteract.
Do we have potions and
Well,
lotions?
Thaddeus has
Aplenty.
some potions that he's made, but I don't know if we have one that's targeted for this particular.
Okay, let's go to
Poison
the
heal.
adventure screen for a second. You should be able to see behind me. Here is our Wilders game Facebook page.
Oh, Facebook page.
Oh, we have
Facebook
21
page?
followers. That's exciting.
Do we? Hey, we have 21 followers. Hooray!
Hey, 21 followers.
Thank you. I posted right here the coolest freaking mug.
Oh, I saw that.
That is a really rad mug.
It's rad.
Bling! Yeah. So I'm going to get me one of these. I really
much are
like
they?
that. They're about $67 Canadian. So I'm going to get the
It has
red
a
pewter.
bear on it.
You can get them with your class crest on one side, and I think it's a wolf on the other side. See, that one says Bard, right? You see they've got a few with the different things. They've all got a wolf's head on one side, I think. Don't quote me on this. And then on the other side, you can pick the crest. There's a rogue, there's a sorcerer, there's a bard. So they've got the classic D&D crest that you can pick from. There is no gunslinger crest. I am personally going to get double wolves, and I like the red.
I was just
top.
gonna say I would get a wolf on each side because it'd be like bear and
Yeah.
bear.
They don't have a dice for game master either, so I was just going to get the double wolves. But for you guys that have other classes, if you're interested, this will be great for a single die. The issue that we're going to run into as time goes on, okay, that's enough of that. I'm going to shut that off now. The issue that we're going to run into as time goes on is that you're going to be more and more often rolling 2 dice at once, 3 dice at once, 4 dice at once. And when you've got a very restrictive dice tower like that one with only a tiny little thing at the bottom, it gets to be a problem.
Yeah, like it wouldn't work with mine.
It wouldn't work with yours at all. That's where we're going to be probably still doing more cups and dice trays. And this is why, one of the other reasons why we have cups, besides dice flying all over the place and dice trays, is that you can put like 5 to 6, 7 dice in one of these, shake, 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 drop it straight into the tray, and you're good to go. Right?
Josephine was just saying that we have a new viewer, and I'm wondering if we could find out what their name is and welcome them.
Whoa, there's 2.
Good.
Oh, okay.
So exciting.
Hi, Pyro. Hi, LB.
Okay, so we digressed a little bit into that, but we need to come back to what we were talking about, and that is where you guys are in the game and what you're going to do. You tried that heal on her. It did not work. Anybody else have any ideas or anything they want to do at this time?
Okay, now it was the undead soldiering dead. Were they soldiering dead?
These were soldiering dead. You recognize them from their tattered gray and blue uniforms.
And we had said before that there's some sort of ailment that turns them into the soldiering. And we're going to try and analyze that, come up with a cure for it. Because if you get bit or clawed by them, you could get an infection and turn into a zombie like them. So that's going to be on Thaddeus and
I believe at the end of the last game, Raven actually was successful in a recall knowledge about ghoul fever. Remember?
Okay, yeah. So if she's got ghoul fever, then finding a cure for that's kind of immediate.
I have
I
not
can
yet
certainly take that task on.
Okay.
I'm happy to do that.
You were talking about creating an anti-venom, so now is a great time to start. I mean, since we have someone dying in front of us.
Well, we also have a lot of undead.
That
there
too.
that
No,
can
I mean,
get.
in the future,
Some
we'll
from-
be able to use
yes.
it, but I'm just saying an
Well-
anti-venom is probably really useful on
But
this
So-
young
Lavinia
lady
is
right
also
now.
right. We should try and find out where her home is, and maybe they've already
Where the
figured
rest of her
something out.
people
Yeah.
went.
If the rest of the people have figured something out ahead of time, we could be in luck. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe we need to figure that out. Can Thaddeus or
She is now unconscious.
Oh shoot. Okay.
All right.
I noticed that we have in our bag of holding 2 poultices of cured disease.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay. Can we give that a whirl?
Let's start with 1.
Okay.
All right. So who's going to apply it and where are they going to apply it to?
I think our medicine
on her
fellow.
ankle, on her far
Friendly doctor.
ankle. Yes.
Yes, on the open, I will certainly do that.
Cure disease.
All
I
right.
will do that.
You apply cure disease to her, and she's a little bit restless, breathing pretty heavily, and to your expert medical eye, it looks like it's too hard to tell how much effect it's having right now, but you think that it might benefit her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's all you can say right now. You're not going to know for a few hours whether it's really making a difference.
So he's-
Is she
he's
very
apply-
warm? Like, does she have a fever?
She has a fever. She's
Fever?
absolutely
Okay, keep her
hot.
cool.
Can I add another thing in here, please? I know it's not technically my turn or anything, but could I use my cantrip stabilize?
It is your turn because we're out of combat, so we're
I
not
was gonna
doing.
say, I
We're just
don't
going
think we're
round the table clockwise like usual.
Yeah.
So, if you wish to use stabilize on her, she does not require stabilization yet because she is not below, like down to 1 hit point or 0 hit points, whichever it is. And that's what stabilize does: is it stabilizes somebody from dying,
All
keeps
right,
them
so
on this
I
side
guess
of the
I don't
dirt.
need to do that then. It was a good thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a handy spell. It's going to be.
You may need it before long. You never know.
Let's hope not.
Okay. Well, if necessary, can we set up a litter between us and carry her, or?
Well,
I'm
she's
sure we
3
can.
feet tall. I'm pretty sure we could just
Yeah, I could
easily
probably
carry
just
her.
tuck her under one arm. and-
Piggyback
and
her,
go
sling her over your shoulder. Or
Yes,
whatever.
she's quite light. You find that her she's just like a bird. She's very light and thin. You've got to be careful of her wings, although they're not that delicate. They're quite resilient. They're very thin and flexible.
Are they folded up while she's
Yes,
prone?
they're folded up against her back.
So, do you want to carry her since you're a representative female warrior type?
I mean, I certainly
Strength
could.
and-
Does anybody have any empty vials?
Didn't we
had the
just get
3.
six-
We got 6, and
six
I
Yeah.
think
empty
you got
bottles?
3 for holy water, and we left 3 in the bag.
No, I
did you take-
have 3 to make some Molotov cocktails once we
Okay.
get some alcohol, but I need some vials to get the tissue samples from the undead so that I can use
So
those to make.
We
the-
still have some in the bag of
antitoxin.
holding then?
As far as I know, but I can't guarantee it. Can you check
mean,
the bag holding?
I don't need.
Because my computer's
Every
down.
every time I've used my holy water, I've never thrown away the bottle. So here you go. I
Thank
have an
you.
empty bottle.
And I just emptied a vial of unknown oil, so that would
Right.
be another bottle
Right.
perhaps
So
we
we
could
got
Okay,
use.
well, we'll need to wash it
bottles.
out. Is that a lake? It's probably not
I don't
very.
know if I trust that.
And
Yeah.
very sooty,
Don't
I'm
trust that.
sure.
Mm.
We can just use one of our
However,
cans.
we have a woman who can purify water.
I used to be able to.
She didn't have that anymore.
Well, here, just use my drinking water, and you can rinse it with that.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay, while this is all happening, you hear some crashing as though something large is moving through the underbrush just to the west of you. It's hard to see with all of the smoke that's still in the air what it is. Don't do that. We had, by the way, to share my Game Master grief with you. You might have noticed I'm quite grumpy with Foundry today, and one of the reasons for that is that I very innocently and accidentally clicked a link. I was trying to click something else, and I clicked the wrong thing of 2 things, and deleted my entire fucking bestiary.
No.
All of, that's true. That's where Bear was. I deleted all of the characters. I have made all of the monsters I have made since the beginning of this campaign. You guys were in a different category, so it did not delete you. But what this means is that I have to rebuild every one of these monsters from scratch.
There's no library you can draw from, is there?
There is, and I've got to drag and drop
You
them
can
all
rebuild.
to do it. Okay. So what I'm saying is, this happened 2 hours before our game today, and it ruined my plans for what we're doing. And I'm trying to play catch up. So you are going to see monsters show up that don't have profiles yet, or they're not exactly right. The titles aren't right because I haven't taken whatever monsters I was going to use and customize them. Now, as part of all this, I'll rebuild Bear as part of everything else, and he'll exist again. But all of my undead soldiers, all of my everything, my bandits, my elves, everything. And so you would think that there would be someplace in Undo that you could just click to go back a step or go back a stage or something. Nope. Yeah, all the puckwudgies are gone. The beautiful snail you guys fought, all that stuff is gone. I have to rebuild every single monster in the bestiary.
They
From
only
scratch.
on my screen, the only creature that I could see in the bestiary was Bear, and I would go back and visit him like every game, every
Makes me
turn,
feel so guilty.
just to say hi to him and like remember him, and now I can't, and I'm really sad.
Well, you never know. You know where Bear is.
Yeah.
Right?
If we could have found a portal that kind of obviously suggested that mansion, but we didn't, because the portals probably came about
Well, I mean,
long before the mansion.
we're on a huge mission.
Yeah.
That's like bigger than Bear.
Yeah.
You're no longer in the Florida Peninsula, though.
Yeah.
How far are you from that place?
We don't.
That's something for
We're
you to
north
think about.
and west of it, I believe.
I thought we went north and west of that.
That's what you said. North and west of it.
Yes.
A little bit not, but we didn't use the portal that was north of the Fae. We went to the ones
Right.
that's in the middle of the Fae
middle of the
area,
Fae.
which is why it's burning. And we should probably make our way. At this point, I'm likely to trust the instincts of Miss Smith.
Who's not at all emotional right now.
Well, as you've been discussing what you're going to do,
I've got the samples I need. They're in vials. They're
this
sealed.
crashing is getting louder and it's getting closer.
Well,
I
should
say
go.
we go away from the crashing
Yeah,
noise.
let's go away from the crashing noise.
As you are getting ready to go away from the crashing noise, something that you cannot believe bursts into the clearing not far from you, and it is, let's see if we've actually got one here. You just have to bear with me for a sec. Like I said, all this stuff now, oh come on, I have to go all the way around the long way to deal with this. Images, and I'll put this up on the screen behind me for you. Scenes.
We're not we're not yet in combat, correct?
You are not yet in combat. This is not the, oh, here we go. This one will have to do.
Can I have the Larry cam?
Ooh.
There is, oh, there's a, you can do it on Amanda for the Larry.
the Larry can.
We still have plans for a Larry cam and a Bones cam, but I haven't set them up.
He's getting angry now. I can't
It's not
hold
the
him
Larry
like this
cam. It's
forever.
actually, it's her.
Oh, jeez. He's not happy. But Larry says, hi,
Hello,
friends.
Larry.
Is this what came
There
crashing
you go.
through the bush?
An enormous cat. It's
What
like
comes
castle
crashing?
crashers.
What comes crashing through the bush is this.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Baby.
You're going to give them the adventure screen and they can see what that is.
baby.
Hey,
It appears to be what used to be a mammoth.
Nice.
And as it comes crashing through the clearing, it sees these little beings in front of it. And
Beast speak. Roll a 16 plus whatever the hell my adjustment is. Mm-hmm.
if it was a living mammoth,
Okay.
that would have worked. But it is a dead mammoth that has obviously been reanimated by some type of necrotic power. And it makes straight for this little group that it sees in front of you. So roll for initiative.
Undead Mammoth.
Oh, how much time have we got left?
30 minutes, is that?
We are overdue. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We're only going to limit it to a 5-minute break for everybody.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back. I just need to make sure that I shut down the recording and start it back up again. So, guys, hang tight with us. We'll come back and we're going to see what happens when they fight this big mammoth. Give us 5 minutes. Let me have one of the controls. I'm going to
So
drive.
you want to stop recording?
I'll do it.
Pause recording. Yeah.
I got it. We're going to go to be right back. Be right back.
Be right back.
Be right back.
Donkey Day.
Okay, we are back here. I'm going to pass those controls back to you, Raven. I've got it set up. And we grabbed a snack on our break. Sometimes we have a problem getting supper in before our thing, so we're all munching on pogo dogs. That's right. Amanda made pogo dogs, Josephine, in our game, and I'm going to tell you a pogo dog story.
These are from scratch. These are scratch.
No, I don't think these are
They
scratch.
sure are
These are,
not. They came from the freezer. And
these are the official Pogo brand pogo dogs. I have 2 kids, and they are now in their mid-30s, off living their lives. But when they were little, my son's a little younger than my daughter. When he was 4 years old, he had a huge argument one night with his mom. She wanted him to go to bed or something like that. I forget what the issue was, but she walked out of the room and he just sat there stewing and festering, and he was so mad. And as she left, he called after her, and he didn't know any good swear words because, you know, he's 4 years old. He doesn't have. So as she is leaving the room, he goes, you pogo dog. And that was the ultimate curse of a 4-year-old, that his mother was a pogo dog. And we've never let him forget it. So now sometimes when I curse at things, I call them a pogo dog. All right. We're back to the game. You have just had a giant undead creature wander through this burned forest and confront you, and it is a really big, nasty looking mammoth. I've got it on the back screen. You can put it back on the adventure screen for a sec if you want. Show everybody.
We see a timer.
Derp. There we go. A mammoth. An undead mammoth. I also just started the timer because we're going to go for another break in about 40 minutes. I try not to do any longer than a 40-minute recording. So there you go. That's what you guys have got to deal with. I'm going to actually, I'll put it back up like that. There, I fixed it. And what do you want to do? You can take it off adventure screen.
We rolled
now.
for initiative.
You rolled for initiative? Okay, I will take those initiatives now. You'll know what they are. Sorry, I forgot. Okay, so who has got what?
Oh, wow.
Anybody know what their initiatives are?
17.
17 for Thaddeus. Okay. 22. 22 for Percy. Perfect.
27.
27 for Raven. Oh, he's up there.
Nice.
Okay,
Josephine?
with my initiative bonus, it's going to be a 25.
25. Look at that. You don't have to go first.
No. Somebody rolled a natural 20.
Whoa, Lavinia
Let me tell them.
knocks it out of the park. Well, that's okay.
So I got a 30.
Wow. 30. Damn. Lavinia is the first to react with her keen death cleric senses. She reacts to this giant mammoth that is stomping towards you.
How far away is it?
It's been closing distance steadily, and right now it's only 20 feet away.
Okay, so if that's the case,
I'm going to remove all of these other things that were on the screen. There. There you go.
I am casting my first level heal because I have a spell slot as well. So I am giving you.
Are you moving before you do it, or are you staying right where you're at right now?
If he's 20 feet away, I should be able to just.
Do we have it on this? Oh, the Velociraptor. Oh, okay.
Is the Velociraptor still there, or did it disappear?
He would be gone now, wouldn't he?
Well, I'm sure it's been more than a minute.
Yeah. We'll probably end up bringing him back though. So
We
I'm
had
just
to
going
free the fairy from her pet lock.
So you're from Mom. You're from here, and that's where it is.
Okay, I'm going to give you. Are you doing an AOE heal, a 30-foot AOE heal?
I am. Except, well, I'll find the thing that ups it, but I found something that upped it to a 60.
That's for reach, but that's not for the distance of the AOE.
It
is
was
it?
the distance of the AOE for the heal. So, but in this case right now, just doing 30 feet.
30 feet will not do it. Look at the screen. Look at the battle
You
map.
gotta move, and
may need
you
to
gotta
move
switch in
closer.
between us or whatever.
See, look, if I put this
Oh, I see
here,
what you mean.
it will not do it.
All
Now,
right.
the problem is if you move it, then it can't be an AOE anymore, but you can do a targeted distance one if you use one action to move. You can then use two actions to do a distance targeted heal, which in this case would harm the mammoth. Which the rest of your party doesn't need a heal. So if
Yeah.
you're using it in an offensive way, but then the question becomes, is it worth wasting an AoE heal that way, or would you rather go with some other offensive spell? I mean, I don't want to metagame for you.
That has the impact on an undead.
Like turn undead.
Potato.
The missiles don't necessarily do much of anything with undead, do they? So,
The missiles damage undead as much as any other creature.
oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna move up close enough to be able to.
If you move, then those missiles, it's less missiles.
All right. So give me 1 second here, then.
Do the missiles go? Whoop?
Yeah. They'll go
They
around
have to
corners.
they have to go straight.
The awesome thing about magic missiles is they'll even go right around corners as long as you've got
great.
line of
So-
sight.
So wherever she's from, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Okay,
They're,
it's
they're
gonna
like
go.
guided missiles. You can fire them off sideways.
Then I'm
you know.
casting 3 magic missiles toward this lovely critter.
Do you want to magic missile is it a level 1 spell?
I'm looking.
It is level 1.
Do you want to upcast it?
Yep.
Give me a level 2 spell slot then. Or if you want to blow a level 3 spell slot, you could hit them with 9 missiles.
Whoa!
Yeah. That sounds like a fun thing to
Whoa! We're
Since
just
you
gonna-
haven't got your level 3 spells worked
do.
out yet,
Don't.
you might as
Well, I
use
do.
them as
I
upcast.
have one of them worked out.
Okay, all right. You got one here. I see consecrate flesh.
That's
Didn't I
what
already
I've
pass
got.
my coin?
She used a cleric font
Oh, cleric
earlier and
font,
it didn't
okay,
work. It didn't do
okay.
anything.
Right. And we don't. Did you already give me a level 3? Just a minute. I just have to get it. No, it's here.
This is super exciting. 9 missiles.
That means you got to roll 9
times.
D4s. Do we have any spare D4s for you? God, here, let me give you some D4s. Otherwise, it's going to be forever.
94.
Hold on, I got a bunch. I'm going to give them to you in a cup.
Okay, I'll roll.
4,
from the
5,
captain.
6. Here's 6. Hand that to her. There's 6 right there.
And I got 3.
How many do we need? We need 12.
9 D4s.
So 6
And
4,
3.
3. Well, 6 and 3 is 9. You don't need any more than that.
6 and 4 is 10.
That's right. She has 9. She needs 9. You gave her 10.
Let's just see what we've got. Let's put in 9. I hope you guys out in TV land are enjoying watching this.
I'm sure they are not.
Decide how to do math. 1, 2, 3.
Quick bet.
5, 6,
5,
2, 3,
6,
7, 6, 7,
7, 8, 9.
5, 4,
I'll take mine
3.
back.
Okay.
I mean, you want me that? And you're putting it in front of you? So
Yeah.
that people in TV land can see you roll?
Can you see?
We can all see right now. We're on 360 cam.
Okay.
Okay, we've got a 4. 2 is 6. 3 more is 9. 3 more is 12. 3 more than that is 15. 4 makes 19. 20, 21.
21. Good stuff.
Thank you very much.
Okay. And as the magic missiles hit him, you hear this. It's almost like this thing still thinks it's alive and it's trying to trumpet with its horn, but because there are so many holes in it, you kind of get the sound coming out of it. Very weird trumpety sound. It then becomes, it's going to be, here's your order. Raven, Josephine, Percy, then the Mammoth, and then Thaddeus.
So I'm next.
Yes. Then you, Josephine, then you, Percy. So think about what you want to do.
Jeez.
All right. Well, I'm going to... So I can upcast a level 2 with a level 3 slot,
Yep.
correct?
I am ruling that in our game, you can do that all the time. I'm not going to play stupid old rules where you can't upcast or you've got to have the specific number of spells and specific slots to cast them. I don't care. Put them on your list, and then you can use the same spell 5 times if you want to, if you got the slots for it.
Okay, and how far away am I?
How far away are you? You tell me.
You are here. I can't see a grid.
5, 10, 15, 25.
Approximately 25. Okay, I'm going to cast an upcast level 2, level 3, which means I'm going to cast a summon animal. Here's my level 3 spell, which means I can summon a level 2 creature.
I am going to give you a grid.
You have your
Now, how big is the grid now? Oh, maybe it hasn't shown up yet.
No.
Did it show up?
No sign of the grid
yeah.
yet.
There it is.
Oh, there's
Is it visible? Can you guys see it
Yeah, I
okay?
can see it now.
It's pretty
5,
light.
10, 15, 20, 25. Yep.
Okay, and I'm going to summon a slurk.
a slurk.
A slurk.
Really? You're summoning a
Slurpee
slurk?
the
I wonder what the
slurk.
hell a slurk is. Okay, there. It should be much more visible as a grid now. It's as good as I can make it anyways. What the hell is a slurk?
Well,
No.
a slurk is a very strange looking animal. I'm trying to find you. It's a tusk long frog-like beast found in underground lairs and caves. It has 2 massive tusks, which it can use to gore prey and tangle with rival slurks. Its natural ability to climb walls and cling effortlessly to ceilings, and it basically, hangs out in caves. But this particular thing, it's got 2 very different types of foul-smelling secretors from their pale white skin. Large
How many
pustules.
foul-smelling secretors do I have? I can't. I've lost count.
Well, yeah, probably more detail than we need. But
Thank you.
large pustules on the slurk's back drip with a sticky
my
resin-like
pustule.
slime.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
harden with exposure to air.
It's like Baron Harkonnen.
So I'll cut to the chase, but basically I can do an entangling slime attack where a creature stuck by a slurk slime squirts becomes clumsy one. It takes a 5-foot penalty to speed for 1 hour or until the slime is removed. It can be removed with a total of 3 interactions to an entangled creature.
But I wonder if that would work on a big creature like this.
Squirt away. See what happens.
Why not, eh?
Do it.
I have
away.
found the slurk in the bestiary. I mean, just the old default one. I'm going to drop it onto the map for you. Someplace. Is that where you want him? Is you want
I
the
want him
slurk beside that
right
thing?
between us, actually. So he's
To make
Making
Lavinia happy, I will now utter the immortal lines. The slurk today will be played by the Velociraptor.
right.
There it is.
Hey, be your best slurk.
Slurk of the day.
Okay. That thing sounds disgusting.
It sure does.
The gross.
Good job.
One of the actions that it's got is called belly grease.
Oh, ick.
Isn't that great?
Really? Belly grease?
Really great.
Yeah.
This slurk sounds so
Now
pleasant.
I'm going to have to go
call it
make
Billy
some.
Bob now, right? It's because it's belly grease and Billy
I'm going to
Bob.
have to
Belly
make some
Bob.
slurk artwork for your slurk so that we have something to look at.
Why not, eh? Well, I've never had a slurk, so today was
Okay.
the day.
You have conjured your slurk, and can it attack right away?
Well, it's using entangling slime, so it's shooting out entangled slime around itself.
Okay, as it shoots out its entangling slime, and I see the thing, becomes clumsy. It takes a 5-foot penalty to speed for 1 hour until it is removed. I'm going to roll to see if it could even affect. I have a lot of D4s all of a sudden to put away. you know, can you give these to Lavinia? Keep them near her if she's going to cast those magic missiles. That's
Yeah.
the biggest use
You
of those.
just handy.
I need
We
a
actually
cup.
have an extra cup. Oh, have an extra cup.
There's an extra cup over here too. Okay, here we go. We're going to see if the slurk
Just saying, we
affects
have
the
an extra
mammoth.
cup.
And the mammoth rolls a 19 to shrug off the effects of the slurk. The mammoth is not slowed by the slurk, but he's all slimy now on his already undead, decaying body. It's
Yeah.
just on his two front legs. All this gross, disgusting slime. I hope he doesn't bump into anybody, because then we'll know what'll happen.
You
I
just
guess we'll
slurked
see.
it off.
Just like
He slurped
He
it off.
slurped it off. Okay, what else are you doing? Is that the end of your stuff?
It's a three
Okay.
round.
Summon is 3, and Slurk has done Slurk's first attempt. That means that it is. Why don't we begin the encounter? I wonder if we'll have sound from this. I noticed that there wasn't any sound earlier, and I thought that there would be on this stuff, but like I said, I'm having technical
We had
issues.
the sound effects last week and they were very loud.
Yeah, and so I tried to balance them out, but I see that they're not working right now. It might be because I had to shut off the microphone for the echo.
Oh.
Okay, Josephine, your turn. Percy, after you.
So I had wanted to use Mabel, but for some reason when I go into my actions and I tap on my Mabel, it says that I haven't reloaded, and then when I go back into my inventory to try and reload it, it won't let me reload it. So I don't know
Are
what's
you
happening there.
Are you out of ammo?
I'm not out of ammo, no. Do you remember? I'm the only person who actually went and stopped and bought ammo on the way out of town.
We're going to say that, okay, I clicked the button and it reloaded.
Oh, okay, thanks. I'm using Mabel.
On the actions panel, it reloaded. No problem. Okay.
I rolled an 8.
You should bring your tray over to the middle when you roll in.
Oh,
You rolled an 8 plus 10. Misses.
well, I was going to say, since nobody saw it, it didn't really happen.
Nice try. No. Wah, wah.
Dang it. Okay, well, good thing I've got my pew-pews. Bing, bing. So,
I'm going to say because this thing is undead, it's got a lot lower armor class.
I rolled a 16 with the left.
With the 5 bonus, that would hit.
I rolled a 20 with the right.
And that we're going to say hits for sure, too,
Yeah.
because a crit, I'm going to say always hits.
And then that's D6s.
D6s plus D4s for the fire damage. Because they are bright iron weapons.
We are gonna need more D4s. Get a whole schwack.
I guess, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. When you start out as a new player playing
I know.
playing these things, it's like, ooh, look at my dice, just like we all did. Look, I've got my awesome little dice here. And then after you play for a few levels, you're like, shit, I need like 5 D12s and I need 20 D4s. All of a sudden you're having to become a dice goblin to acquire all your dice. So what's our damage?
Snake eyes with the first roll.
Oh, 2 points of damage.
Oh, and then 7 on the second.
Okay, well, 9 total. That's not too terrible. Okay. And I'm going to work at balancing out damage. You guys should be doing extra damage now. And I think that the way that's going to work, I've looked at a lot of the spells, and what they do is they start to add a bonus. You know how it used to be, for example, Lavinia's spell was doing 3 D4s plus 1 force damage. I've noticed some of the spells, they start to bump that up, and now it's plus 3 damage. So I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna say that you're doing extra damage, and in this case, it's 4 extra points of damage.
Awesome.
And I'm going to say Lavinia did 2
13
extra points on hers
damage?
too. I didn't add her force damage to everything, and she should have had plus 3 force damage. So that's another 7 points of damage that you guys did, and you need it for this big guy, believe me. Okay. That's the end of your turns. We are ready for Percy, then
All
the
right.
mammoth, and then Thaddeus.
There's the twin takedown. I've assigned him as my designated prey.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, first one, no good. Second one, 20. Natural 20.
Ooh,
plus,
crit.
plus 10, so 30. And it is 1d8 plus 1d4
Bless you.
times 2. What the hell's going on? Okay, so 8 and 4.
14.
Yeah, so 12. Right? And plus 2, right?
Now, I think if we look at your character sheet, I'm going to just double check this right now.
Thank you.
See, so that was your tomahawk and your boy, is that right?
No, that's the twin takedown black arrows.
Black arrows.
So as far as I know, it's 8 plus 1d8 plus 1d4
Yeah, and you get +1 extra piercing on that.
plus 1 extra
So
piercing.
that's a total of 15.
15 and then double it.
That's right, double it. 30 points. Damn
30
good.
points damage my first round. Fire again.
1.
You're not gonna believe it. Another 20.
Whoa! You're making up for that double one that you got you cursed as a weird tiger.
Cursed me as a weird tiger, yeah. So 8 and that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage, 8 points of damage,
Doubled?
doubled, so 16 points of damage.
Damn. Okay, so that's
So 46 points of damage.
Nice.
57. Damn. That's the way to do it. Okay, good. All right, I have it all down there.
And that I've got one more turn, and for that turn, I'm gonna throw a rope at him.
I was going to say, you need to saunter into the sunset after.
Okay, you are the one that is actually standing closest to him according to the adventure map.
Yep.
Why don't we put the game map up on the screen if somebody wants to drive? Put
okay.
that there.
And there we go. Game map.
So you're the one closest.
Yep.
You will notice that your little pixie girl is laying in the dirt between you and the
Well,
mammoth.
I thought you were gonna carry her.
I was going to, but then we got attacked by this beast.
Okay. Maybe I changed my mind. I'm not gonna throw a rope. I'm gonna pick her up. Okay. I'm gonna pick her up and shield her from harm.
Sugar says your stash is a natural 20.
And you can ride it.
There goes the blush.
You can ride that to victory, my friend. Right.
He's so pink right now.
Okay, so I'm going to move to her and pick her up. All right. Now, here it is. Here is our terribly scary, fearsome, rather... Aw, it's cute.
There we go.
Yeah, cute looking mammoth.
My slurk is bigger.
Yeah, I know, right?
Your slurk is bigger.
My slurk is bigger than yours.
Boy. Someday on my wish list, I will be ready with my minis. I will have everything planned out. I will not be dealing with spending all day trying to figure out how come everybody's levels didn't update in Foundry and all that other stuff. And also, actually, I'm very happy. Notice I'm better. I've got my sinus infection is almost gone.
Yay.
And I had a real busy weekend. Lots and lots of gig work. So it's nice to be busy again and be doing stuff. But that means I don't have as much time to get ready for these games. Okay. The zombie is obviously looking as a big piece of its shoulder. The skin just slows off and falls down as you've been chopping at it. And you hear it bellow in anger. It becomes the zombie's turn, and the zombie charges forward. Now you have picked up the little girl. You've got her in your arms. All right, I'm going to move her out of the way and just hide her like that. As you do that, and I'm going to say you're there, the zombie mammoth tramps forward right up to you and takes a great big swing at you with one of its huge tusks.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Does he go through the sklunk?
He just kind of, the slurk is just, he brushes by him on the side.
Does he get an opportunity attack?
Slurks? Sure, he can have an opportunity attack. Why shouldn't he have one?
Why not, eh?
Yeah, give him an opportunity attack.
Okay. So he gets he's going to attack with his tusks, which can do 1d8 plus 4 piercing if he does a hit.
Roll to hit.
Trying to find out what his skills. I'm having a hard time figuring out what his attack bonus is.
Let me move this mammoth out of the way and I'll see if it shows me on him. Okay, so what is it? It's his tusks?
Right.
Strikes plus 11, dude.
Plus 11. Okay. Thank you.
That's pretty good. Plus 11 is a heck of a good
You gotta
strike,
pick
man.
the right animal, right? I rolled a 17.
Hits. With that bonus, no problem.
Okay, and that's a 1d8.
1d8 plus 4 piercing.
Actually, it says deadly, whatever that means, 1d10.
It says deadly D10.
I don't know what that
On a
means.
critical hit, the weapon adds a weapon damage die of the listed size.
I see.
So if you had critted, you'd get the extra D10.
Okay, well, he rolls a 5 plus 4 is 9 additional points.
Look at that.
Nice.
Good
Get a
slurk.
big
What a
extra
good
bonus.
boy.
Good slurk.
Okay.
Thank you, Slurg.
What a good slurk you are.
I was saved by the Slurg. The Slurg stepped in and saved my life.
How many points was it?
9, yes.
9. Okay, so that's you guys are doing a good job on this zombie mammoth. Okay, mammoth is now taking its attack with its tusk. Its tusks have a reach of 15 feet. Fair warning. It goes to strike and it's got a massive bonus to its strike. I don't even have to roll. It hits you guaranteed. The damage that it does is 2d12 plus 11 piercing.
Wow.
Oh,
Let's find out how bad this damage is.
Well,
And
you
I'm
know,
going to say that there's some knockback on that too.
Kitty's not so happy about that.
That's right. You know, you're
Oh,
picking
here
up what
it comes.
I'm putting down.
Oh.
I can't remember which one's a D12.
Meow.
You never use a D12. Is that a D12? God, I
If
can't
you
believe
liked the mustache, you're going to love this.
it. He rolls a 3
Right.
plus
Yeah.
a 6. He does 9 plus 11 points of damage. He does 20 points of damage to you.
Okay. Good thing I had 69 points of damage.
Knocks you 10 feet to the left as he goes thunk. Or I guess it'd be thunk like this.
2. There you go.
You land prone and you feel some type of overwhelming sensation come over you. You start to bellow at the top of your lungs
Does the elf
and wallow.
move with her?
The
With
elf
him?
moves with him, lands beside him in the dirt, unconscious still. We should get a picture of this because as Percy thrashes in the
Meow.
dirt, you see him transform into what he was cursed with before, which is a weird tiger. And out of the dirt rising where Percy was comes this incredibly terrifying weird tiger form. And does the bestiary have the weird tiger in it?
Oh, and don't forget, I'm also armed with these claw.
You're armed with a claw?
I'm armed with the claw.
Okay.
The claw, the mighty claw. I have the mighty claw.
Oh, come on. Where did I put the awesome weird
Fear the
tiger?
claw.
I think you just need a second one and keep him.
It's okay, son.
Just don't bathe yourself. That's all I ask.
I was watching Larry do that up in his tree. He was like, ow, ow, ow.
He'll sit right beside me and like have his legs straight in the air.
Oh no, I don't want to know. Gross.
Groin. And I'm like, excuse me, sir, would you mind doing that elsewhere?
Ew.
Yeah, we gotta figure out the math for this claw attack plus the bracers, and what's that gonna give me for a bonus?
I'm going to say the bracers are an extra 1d6 on whatever you attack.
Okay.
Per wrist.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's big bonus then, right?
Yeah, how many? It's one attack per round, and so claw, bite. If I do each.
I haven't worked out the details for how your weird tiger is going to work. It's on my to-do list. Of course, it didn't happen this week.
Tiger face.
Is that resting? Is that resting weird tiger face?
He put it on to cover it up.
Yeah, I can still see that.
It's awesome. He's got these furry white tusks, blue white tusks sticking out on either side here. Okay, I was looking for the picture of the weird tiger from before. Our awesome pictures of the weird tiger, and I can't find them. So we're just moving on. I give up. I can't wait forever to do it. While you are rising, the zombie mammoth has taken its big attack and it has hit you really hard.
Yeah.
And, oh, what the hell?
What?
Wow. Okay, never mind.
Are we supposed to be seeing that?
Are you supposed to be seeing that? Probably not. It continues moving on, striding up to its speed with a shambling trample.
Ooh, a shambling trample.
So, in that case, it's going to be Thaddeus. Are you out of the way or are you in the way?
I'm right on its path.
Thaddeus, Raven, and Lavinia all need to roll reflex.
I have a thing to cast.
You can't cast till it's your turn.
You have to roll for reflex.
The reflex because you're going to be trampled by a mammoth. I'm going to see how much damage he does.
Okay.
I got a 4.
My reflex.
You got a 4? You take 2 points of damage. Boy, you'd be lucky with this shitty trampling that he's doing.
I rolled 28, plus I have nimble dodge.
You jumped out of the way. Raven?
26.
You jumped out of the way. Okay, so Lavinia takes a glancing blow that does a whole 2 points of damage to her. Everybody else is able to get out of the way of this giant shambling zombie mammoth as it shambles past you and ends up right. I'm going to move it to where it ends up on the screen so you understand. It ends up right there and it needs to now turn around, but now you get a beautiful view of a giant decayed elephant butt.
Do we get opportunity attacks?
No, because you had to dodge away. So no opportunity attack because you had to use reflex save to escape. If you had not had to do that, I would have ruled yes. Although opportunity attacks are more a D&D thing than a Pathfinder thing. You didn't what?
I didn't move away or do anything.
You did a reflex save.
You just yeah.
That's a dodge, right?
Okay, I understand.
So you don't have any choice about those. You have to try and do them, right? That ends up being the end of the Tarzombies attack, and it becomes Tarzombie Mammoth's attack and becomes Thaddeus's turn.
Now, just to clarify, you said last game that my gloves make it possible for me to hold multiple weapons in each hand.
In the glove.
Five,
in the glove.
Yes.
In the glove. You can only throw one per hand per turn.
Okay.
But you can hold them so that you can then automatically pick this poison dagger versus this other one that's beside it versus this other one.
Go gadget gloves.
Kind of, yeah. That's what they are.
Okay. So in my hands, I've got the 2 pearl hilt filleting knives that I got from the dowry.
Yes. It's a +1 to attack and a +2 to damage on both of them because of their serrated blades.
Okay. Well, when I became level 5, my skills with weapons have increased.
Yes, that's true.
And so I've got plus 14.
Plus 14 for what?
For those, the pro knives.
Do you mean plus 14 to attack?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm good with that. You notice how, for some reason, Thaddeus's camera, I apologize to people at home, we're having a problem with Thaddeus's camera again, where it's doing a weird blinky thing. And I don't know if there's a flaw in the camera itself or what it is, but
It's probably the target.
it's
maybe
probably,
you're just so sizzling.
I think it might be that there is a loose link on the cable that goes to the ceiling. I think where it attaches to the extension. Rob, we're going to have to like push those in a little further up there at the top.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing I can see that it could be. All right. Well, anyways, we'll bear with him on that. So go ahead. Plus 14 is your bonus to attack. You are not going to miss. There's no way unless you had a really bad roll.
4
plus
14 is 18.
Plus 14 is 18. Hold on. Misses. He is going to miss. And
17
hits.
plus
No
14.
problem. 17 plus 14 is a crit, my friend. So you crit him on the second knife.
Okay.
So you miss him on the first knife, you crit him on the second.
And the damage is 1d6 piercing plus 1d4 bleed.
But it's actually going to be 1d6 plus 1d4. I think probably plus actually 3. Let me look and see. Because your stilettos, what's the damage on your stilettos? You see, you get, okay, it's a straight up.
Yeah.
Okay, 1d6 plus 1d4?
Yep.
Plus 2. What do you
Plus
get?
2, so that makes it 6.
Total of 6 points of damage?
Yep.
Doubled, because it's a crit.
Ah.
Right? Yes, sir.
Okay.
So 12 points of damage. What do you want to do for your second action?
My second action, I'm going to get my my stilettos ready in my hands for my next turn.
Oh, you don't have to take a turn to load them. You can you can immediately throw again.
I know. I know that, but
But you can wait too if you want, just in case you're going to miss.
Yep, I can wait. I can do a battle assessment.
You can do a battle assessment.
I can do a battle assessment to figure out what his movements and assess a strategy for.
No, your game master has to learn what the hell a battle assessment is. Is it on your feats or where is it?
The battle assessment where
Or is it an action?
It's in class feats. Battle assessment.
Sure enough. Strengths and weaknesses. I roll a secret perception check for you against deception of an enemy of your choice who is not concealed from you.
Definitely not concealed.
Okay, what did you roll? Do you roll too? Yeah, it's you against me.
Okay.
You don't know what I've rolled, but I will tell you based on your stealth DC.
I rolled a 16.
You are successful. But you're not critically successful.
No.
The GM chooses one piece of information from the above list to tell you about the enemy. Let's see. One of the things that you notice about this elephant is that there are parts of it that are charred and it seemed to be caked with tar, this mammoth. Flammable tar.
Oh. You could have whispered that to him. You just let us all know.
I figured that people at home would want to get that one too.
So anyway, anybody got any flaming arrows or let's see. I haven't got any.
Now I got to see what the effect is because there's actually, it talks about this.
Well, that just throws
Okay,
off my
good.
entire. No, I'm still gonna do what I was gonna do because I have it planned.
That's it for Thaddeus, right? Yeah. Becomes Lavinia's turn, then Raven, then Josephine.
Well, the question is whether we want to do something that means none of us attack it anymore. Or not.
You want to try.
I mean, if
appeal
you
to
kill
its gentler
it,
nature?
I want
it will.
to bind undead.
Okay. There is no reason that I can see why you could not use your shiny new Bind Undead spell. That's your last level 3 spell
know
today,
it is.
right?
That's why I'm saying.
Oh my God.
And if that's the
One
case,
mindless undead creature of a level no greater than Bind Undead spell rank. I'm gonna say that's still okay. With a word of power, you seize control of the target. It gains the minion trait.
we now have a transport system.
Well, we'll see, because you know what?
You just can't touch it.
Probably do a will save.
Concentrate, divine, manipulate, spell effect, bind undead. I'm going to rule that it can do, as Raven said, a will save to see if it ignores the effect.
Okay.
All right?
It just was too tempting to not.
It has got to beat your spell DC. All right? And your spell DC now is 20. Shit.
What?
Your spell DC is 20 now. Oh my God. All right. It gets a will bonus, obviously. And let's see what that will bonus is on this big old boy. Where's its will? All right. Oh, it's a good will bonus. And that is a 20.
Oh no!
Well,
Your bind undead
I
fails.
wasted my 3s, but there you go.
That was a really wicked ass spell.
Good idea.
That was brilliant.
We would have been able to load everything onto the.
That was
freaking
my thought.
mammoth thing.
Good.
Damn.
We would have had to lay some hide on it, but we got some frog hide and some.
I can't believe we ran out of buffalo hide.
Rob, if you could hear yourself, how you sounded so funny.
Oh
Now
well.
that was 2 actions. You have 1 action left.
Can I cast a magic missile on him?
1 magic missile? Yeah, it cost you a level 1 spell.
Well, she's just throwing out the chips like it's a free for all in Vegas tonight.
Yeah. Okay. Roll a d4. You'll get to add 3 points of damage. 3 points of damage to it.
Borrow your D4.
He's looking at the
Kato,
door again.
are you being annoying?
Well,
What
yeah,
is it?
he just came in and then he goes and looks at the door again.
There's a million D4s.
Oh, right, to borrow a D4. I forgot that there was 17 in there.
That's pretty good.
And make sure you leave that one on the ground, because it's a nice pokey caltrop that somebody
That's
can
right.
step on and scream.
You take
4.
1d4 real damage.
Ah!
4.
4 plus 3 does 7 points of damage. Do-do-do.
One.
So that's not terrible at all. That's pretty damn good, I think. Okay.
I want you to.
Here's an empty. Yeah.
And that was such a great idea that you end up with a hero point, because that was so brilliant. Lavinia was a genius to come up with that.
That way I didn't really waste my 3s.
Okay. And it becomes Raven's turn, then Josephine, then Percy.
Bless you.
Okay.
Bless you.
Raven casts a spell.
Oh, sparkly gloves.
He casts Produce Flame.
Oh, where is this flame being produced?
It's produced in my hand, and it's going to hit this big zombie
Okay.
that's covered with what appears to be a flammable substance. So he has defensive AC. So lash out with either melee or range. So I roll a plus 11. And I rolled a 6 plus 11 is 17, and I get a +1. You were saying to my
Yes, you do.
my affinity
To your fire affinity. Yep.
so that would be an 18.
An 18. I'm going to roll to see if you hit or miss. You have missed, my friend. That's a 19.
Okay, then I stride. I'll take my remaining motion and I'll just take a few steps back. I'll probably go like 15 feet back just so I'm not in his line of trampling for the next round.
Was that just a cantrip you did?
That was a cantrip.
So you have one more action after those two things.
Well, I did a move. Okay, it's a 2-action cantrip.
Okay, fine. Okay, then it becomes Josephine's turn.
Well,
Percy, you're on
my
deck.
slurk.
Oh, sorry, I forgot the deadly, amazing slurk. The
Well,
slurk is quite a ways away now.
Yeah, he can go 30 feet. So
5, 10, 15, 20, 20. I'm going to say slurk is able to slurk right up to him.
okay, then he'll do a tusk attack as well.
Tusk attack.
Tusk attack. So it's a +11 to hit. He rolls a 12 plus 11 is 23.
Hits. No
So
problemo.
it's a 1d8 plus 4.
Yeah.
3 plus 4 is 7.
7 points of damage.
And that's the end of my turn.
And it becomes Josephine's turn. Percy on deck.
I would like to explain, first of all, what a Joe's Zephyr Vial is.
Okay.
For
yes.
people who do not understand it, because this is something that is specific to my character. It is a potion, basically. After inhaling the vapor held in the Zephyr Vial, Josephine moves like the wind for 1 minute. Until the spell ends, her movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. Once the effect ends, Josephine has advantage on one weapon attack roll on one turn. That attack deals an extra 1d8 force damage on a hit. Hit or miss, Joe's walking speed increases by 25 feet until the end of that turn. Josephine can craft and refill the vapor held within the Zephyr Vial each day. So, Zephyr Vial.
So you chug your little Zephyr Vial.
Bullwhip.
Bullwhip.
Takes off running.
Okay.
Because I have to explain, one of my favorite scenes of any movie is when Legolas like goes up the freaking
Elephant.
in Lord of the Rings. So that's what we're doing. We're running.
You got to run up the elephant. Okay, roll for acrobatics.
Not.
Because it's got
Because
poison
it's a
gunk.
zombie and it's covered in icky stuff that could infect you.
I move really quickly.
What part of the zombie mammoth are you attempting to leap onto?
Oh, I was just gonna like run right up him and choke him with the whip.
Oh, it's a Jabba the Hutt move.
Yeah.
Okay, so which part of the zombie mammoth are you touching with your feet first?
His legs, running up the back, like the back, because
Oh, because he's got his back to you.
Mhm.
Okay, that changes
And he's
things.
got the gunk on the front.
Yes, he
The gunk on
does,
the
but he
front.
does not have it on the back.
Yeah.
Okay, go roll acrobatics to see if you can acrobatically get up that
He
big
doesn't have the
old dead
junk in his
mammoth.
trunk.
Ooh. By the way, you know, Percy Sugarberry said that mask. I have ideas.
I'm not taking it off now because I'm going to be quite red.
I rolled an 8, and then my acrobatics is plus 10.
You rolled an 8, and your acrobatics is plus 10. Let's see if you can make it onto the moving elephant. Yeah, you made it onto the moving elephant. You made it onto the moving elephant. Okay, so you're up on top of this moving
And then
mammoth. And you're
With the whip
okay.
around his throat.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, and it sinks into the dead, rotten flesh. And is this attempt to choke him to death?
Yeah, or decapitate him, whatever happens first.
So it's not a
He is-
grapple.
he is-
You're not
he is
trying to
rotting.
immobilize.
He's rotting. He no longer breathes. So, hell, let's see what happens. If
decapitation attempt.
I'll tell you what, you can roll for this. Roll a d20. If you roll higher than 13, you hit him in a weak spot and you do 23 points of damage to him. If you roll lower than a 13, you don't do anything.
I rolled a 10.
Oh! All right.
Like the best ever.
You're holding on to him though, right?
Wait, how
You're
far
gonna stay
away
there.
are you?
Well, now she's standing right
got him
behind
in
his
the
head.
chokehold
How far away from me are you?
I'm right here.
Yeah,
on
but
his
physically,
back.
how far away are you to me?
You're way over there.
So
I don't know. It
less
looks
than
like about
30
20 feet.
Well, let's
I'm going to say it's 20 feet.
let's do a chronic. What is it? A chronal shift for a reroll.
A chronal shift.
For a reroll.
All
on
right.
that
Okay.
attack.
So Raven has cast a special spell he has called chronal shift, so that time rewinds itself just a few seconds. And there we go. She's going for it again. What happens the second
I
time?
rolled a 20.
And she rolls it. Holy crap, that's 46 points of damage. Your whip
you.
sinks into its neck because of the residual holy water that it was soaked in a long time ago. Sinks in. You can feel you can see the smoke coming as it burns through, as it pulls up into the rotted flesh, right to the bone. And the good news is it is 46 points of damage. The bad news is that whip is lodged there.
Dang it.
It is not coming out. Both ends are this way and this way. You're going to have to figure out if you can ever get it out again. Let's see what we can do. I've got to do a big subtraction. How many points? 46?
I might have to borrow
Wow.
a thingy.
A piton,
A choppy thing.
an axe.
A choppy thing. You have a hatchet.
I have a hatchet. He has a bigger choppy thing. What is it called?
Tomahawk.
Tomahawk,
Yeah.
Don't
yes.
we have a battle axe? I think we do.
No.
Well, we use the battle axe. He took the battle axe, and when those swinging scythes were in that trap in the alligator temple,
That's right. Yes.
he shoved the battle axe into the track to block them, and that's where they have remained to this day. Okay.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Game Master, for letting me actually live my
Hero point.
my adventure of my lifetime that I would never ever be able to do had you not put a zombie mammoth in my path.
And also to Raven, because
Thank
he
May
helped you rewind. Yeah, you can give it to him if you want to. There you go.
Thank you.
There you go.
Point.
Okay, that leaves it up to Percy. What is Percy going to do now? Percy, the Weir Tiger. Now, eventually I will have this built so that his token and everything changes to Weir Tiger. Right now, it's just his little... I got too many cords in the way. Right now, it is just his... That's too big. That's too big. There it is. Okay. Right now, there we go. There's a tiger. There's our tiger. Rawr. We're going to get a nice Weir Tiger made. That's why we need to have a 3D printer up and running.
Is he still prone?
No, he has stood up during all of this mayhem.
All right, and I'm gonna run towards him, claws right into his butt.
So you just said you're going to run toward him
And
and claws right into his
moved
butt.
myself because I was on top of the thingy.
Because I'm gonna attack his hindquarters to take out the legs.
When you change into a Weir Tiger, we're going to have it work out that your character sheet changes too.
Okay.
To all of your properties and abilities as a Weir Tiger, so that you can look at those and decide what you want to do as a Weir Tiger. All right. Right now, the question is, who do you attack? Because you don't have full control of your Weir Tiger yet. So
Well, I just got knocked over by this guy with tusks.
that's right. And now you've come up as a Weir Tiger, but the Weir Tiger may or may not do what the Percy wants to do.
Ah.
So roll to see if you target correctly. And roll well. What is it?
13.
Okay, well, at least you didn't attack somebody else in your group. 13, let's see if it works. You're successful, because that was a shitty 3. You are successful in attacking the mammoth and not somebody else in your group.
Excellent. Okay.
That is excellent.
So what are you doing? You're rolling to hit with your claws?
Hit with my claws, and so it's 1-2 with the claws.
Yep.
Okay.
So the first claw misses, I think, is what the translation
No,
of
the
that
first
is.
claw was a 19.
Oh, it
claw,
hits.
Only a 4, so.
Second claw misses, first claw hits.
Okay, so you said it was how much?
I'm going to rule that those claws are D10s,
Okay.
slashing, plus the D6 for the leather bracer.
Right.
8 points of damage.
Is D10 and D6?
D10, D6.
8 points of damage. Okay. And this giant mammoth is starting to totter a little bit back from side to side. He's not dead by any means. Well, he's not no longer undead by any means, but he's it looks like he's been pretty badly damaged.
I have to remember that I'm on his back still, so when he falls, I fall.
That's true.
Yes.
Okay, that was just that was you leaping for one action and you attacking with both claws.
Right. So,
I'm going to say you have one more action to do.
okay, one more action. Am I don't know, just again with one more claw, or
You could try with another claw, or you could try biting him.
I don't know if I want to bite him. He's rotten.
That's true. He's rotten.
15 plus whatever.
You'll get a 5, and that actually will do it. I'll agree that you hit him.
Okay.
So that's a D6 and a, what did I say? A D10 and a D6, right?
D6, yeah. Oh, this is much better. 8, 9, 10, 11 points of damage.
Really? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I mean, you did 46 on your last turn.
46,
So.
and you did.
That's
Holy,
right.
How many did you do? 48 or something?
Mm.
So you did 46 as well, actually, I think.
Yeah.
So the zombie spins around with all the attacks that have hit him, lashes out at whatever is in front of him, and the closest thing to him is a slurk and a Lavinia. So let's see which one it hits. Even it's Lavinia, odd it's the slurk, because slurks couldn't be more odd. Here we go. It's a 10. That would be an even. He swings with the tusk to try and hit Lavinia. And his... Oh, my God. He swings and it's a 1. God, I can't believe how lucky Lavinia is. She is protected by her deity.
She's the ruined dress, I'm sure, has something to do with it.
That's exactly it. And as it swings, it completely misses you. It can't really see anymore. It can only sense where living beings are. As a necrotic creature, it doesn't have eyes that can look at things anymore. And also, it's got something on its back with something around its throat, pulling it around.
Do I have an
keeping it
opportunity
unsteady.
attack because of it?
No, you do not have an opportunity attack. It is Thaddeus's turn and then yours. Go ahead, Thaddeus.
Molotov cocktail.
Molotov cocktail.
Remembering she's still on top.
Yeah, I'm still.
I know how to jump. It's fine.
Where on it are you? Where are you going to target with your Molotov cocktail? I mean, it's a big target.
Probably around the feet where most of the tar is.
Okay, you want to try and burn its feet with a Molotov cocktail? Roll to hit.
It will hopefully spread upwards. And there's no stats on what I need to hit.
I know.
12.
We're going to roll and see if it works. That's all. We're just going to roll and see if it works. Molotov cocktail ends up striking one of the two front legs where the slurk had it earlier slimed it, and roll to see
Where the slurk slime.
if fire spreads or if it's just straight damage of the initial blast.
5.
5. No persistent fire, but you end up burning it with a Molotov cocktail for a D12. You can roll a D12 for the damage. 7 points of damage. Okay. That was your first action. What do you want to do, Thaddeus?
I've got another Molotov cocktail.
I've got another Molotov cocktail.
He has a burning desire.
Yeah. So, rolls for the
18.
hits.
Yeah.
And at that level, it's going to for sure cause burning damage, persistent burning damage after that. Okay, so it's as you see the Molotov cocktail hit the legs, you see them begin to flare up and burn. Roll for damage. It's a D12. 8 points of damage. And it will now have a persistent 8 points of damage every turn from that flame.
Ooh.
Get down, Miss Smith.
Wait for my turn. Don't worry.
It becomes Lavinia's turn. And this zombie mammoth looks like it's not too far from death. Now, for proportion to how much life it had, which is immense, it still has more than a lot of the creatures you fought. What do you think, Lavinia?
Looking to see. Could you add another spell slot down?
A level 1 spell slot.
One level 1 spell slot
What?
for magic missiles.
Magic missiles. Are you just standing where you're at?
Yeah.
3 missiles. You get a +3 force on top of those 3. So 3d force.
Good thing I have some D4s.
You would certainly
Yeah.
do.
Why don't you
All
keep
the
the rest of them in your black tray?
Give me
I
a
think he's
couple.
got all the D4s.
I mean, they're not all supposed to live in the cup unless they're being
Okay, there's
used.
3.
There's a caltrop on the floor again.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got it. I'm not stepping on it.
Yeah, no
You
kidding.
can tell me what we've got. We've got a 1 and a 4 and a 4.
A 1 and a 4 or 4, 9 plus 3 points of damage is 12 points of damage. It's nothing to
And
sneeze at.
this is the D4 cup. We've got another shape.
12, 9.
This is the home of the D4s.
The home of the D4s.
Okay. Okay. That was all of your action because you did all 3 missiles, which means it becomes Raven, Josephine, Percy.
Okay, I'm going to follow suit, and I'm going to take out my
Hey.
wand of magic
Wait,
missile.
get it on a Raven. So we've got the wand of magic missile. There we go.
I gotta get a more fierce sounding.
Such a happy face too. You literally look like
For the-
Mr.
for the
Rogers.
folks at
No, I mean,
home-
like a
It
tickle.
does have pixie dust.
For the folks at home, it sounded more like this. Oh, maybe my thing isn't.
I do have a nicer wand. It just doesn't make any fun sounds.
Hey, I don't have any sound at all anymore. What happened?
This is my serious wand.
Ooh, that is a serious one.
But anyway, I shot him with 3 magic missiles. So
Is that what it was? Oh, it's from that wand. That's a wand of magic missiles.
yeah, it's got 6 charges, and I used 3 of them.
Roll to hit, and you get to add a +3 too.
Does magic missile doesn't it already automatically hit?
Sorry, not roll to hit. Roll for damage. I mean,
It does
Yes.
automatically hit.
it does automatically hit always. That's the big advantage.
Okay, 8. There's 10 there plus magic missile. Gives me some more. I gotta look it up if I can find it, because I do have it. I thought I had it prepared. Anyway, so it's whatever a magic missile is. I don't have it prepared, so I didn't look it up.
It's 1d4.
Yeah, I've got 10 plus whatever additional magic missile.
3. I said it was going to be a bonus of 3.
Okay, so 13.
13.
That was a level 1 slot. No, that wasn't. That was my wand.
That it. The mammoth is barely able to stay on its feet at this point. And it becomes Josephine's
You have
turn.
the slurg.
Oh, the slurk. I forgot the slurk. What about Mr. Slurk?
Well,
Sorry, Josephine.
my handy little slurk will do a tusk attack as well.
Okay.
I like slurks. I'm going to keep him around.
I like the slurk too.
We're going to find
That's a
some
good one.
artwork for our slurk. So we can see 'em.
17.
17 hits.
Really? Okay.
Well, not by itself, or was that with the bonus?
That's a total.
Miss.
Bad slurk.
Sorry. I thought it was just the raw roll.
Naughty little slurk.
Okay, Josephine's turn. Slurk is missed.
Okay.
Wait a
seeing
second.
as-
He gets 2. He can attack twice.
Oh my God. Okay, fine. Slurk decides. Slurk speaks up and says,
Poor
"Wait a sec, I get a
Josephine.
second try."
11 plus 11.
That hits 11 plus 11.
Okay. Unless
No, he would take a penalty.
penalty of
He gets a 6 on the second one, from what I looked at the Slurk for bonus, which gives him 17, which misses.
Okay. Good try.
Okay. All right, now Josephine, we won't take it away from you again. It's all yours.
I want to get off this like fiery stinky thing, but I want my freaking whip. So what I'm doing is I am taking one end of the whip and I'm sliding down the front of the mammoth and yanking as hard as I can while doing it.
I'm going to say that if you can beat a 13 difficulty, the whip comes loose. Ready?
Yeah.
Do you want to do it? You can do it
Oh,
if you
no,
want.
no, you go ahead.
Here we go. Here we go. Bam! 3.
Woo!
Okay. I'll say you beat it.
And I'm still under the influence of the Zephyr Vial, I believe. So I'm
Yes,
just,
you
like,
are. Okay.
out of there.
Okay. So you went out and you retrieved your whip and it went with you.
Woohoo!
It comes because of the force of your whole body, almost like a slingshot yanking on it, or a whiplash, I guess would be more like.
Did anything happen to its head when I removed the whip?
Let's find out. Likelihood is only above 16. 16. Nope. Nothing happened to it.
Okay. But I got my whip back.
But you got your whip back. And it becomes Percy's turn.
All right, I'm going to do 2 slashes again. So
You should do a big roar before your 2 slashes. There we go.
okay, and so 14 on the first one. So that's what's my pluses on this? What are my pluses on this?
Roar, turn the parrot on
Can
and
you
roar
turn the
into
parrot
it.
on and
Roar into it. I want to hear it.
The pair. Let's find out.
Oh, that was good. That was a good roar from the parrot. Okay. Okay.
We need
So
to
what
get
was your
Well, not
question?
What are my pluses
Pattern.
on the to hit?
Roll to hit plus 11.
Oh, 11. So that would be 25
Hits.
on the first one, and 19 on the second one.
Hits. Is that with the bonus? No.
Yeah, but it's a bonus of 11. It's,
Yeah. So it's 19 including the bonus?
yeah,
Hits still.
still hits.
Because his arm class is 19. I
Okay.
can tell you that now that he's almost dead.
All right, and it was a BDBD. There was like 10 and 2.
If he was a healthy mammoth, his armor class would be 26.
Wow.
That's how tough their whole hides are.
9. 7. So 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage.
And for my third move, I jump off of them and roll.
So as you leap up onto its lower back to slash at it, its back legs give way. You slash into its spine. Its front legs give way. It crumples to the ground, and the weird, eerie light that was in the sockets where its eyes used to be fades away, and it is dead. One dead mammoth.
Like this for the win.
Way to go, Weird Tiger.
Okay, so Rob, roll a d20.
Okay, and 7.
Caught up in a bloodlust, you look for your next target to attack.
Oh
Oh
no.
shit. Okay.
That target is one of the people around the table. One is
I think we should re-roll that.
oh, apparently
I don't think
we're
want
turning
the
back
attack.
time.
We'll turn
Oh,
back
we've got
time.
a chrono shift.
Okay. That's a 15.
All right. So the bloodlust begins to fade away after your attack. And that
Who's gonna
means
attack me?
that you are all out of combat.
Thank goodness.
That thing's probably a little hot, hey?
I was
Oh,
wondering how it smells in there.
No, it's fine.
Does it smell? Does it smell like
It
plastic
doesn't have any smell anymore.
or paint or anything?
No,
at all?
the all the smell has faded away over time
Mm.
because it's been 3 weeks now, right? Or 2 weeks?
Yeah, more than that.
Yeah, since I did this, and it's all painted with acrylics, so
Yeah, acrylics are pretty good for not smelling
they
bad.
don't have a nasty smell, so it's pretty good. Yes, came in very handy.
Okay.
Wait.
What?
Who said you could take the mask off?
Well, he's out of his form because he's now the bloodlust is.
Bloodlust has
Because the
departed.
bloodlust has gone away. That means he's no longer
That's right. It fades
Were
away from
tiger?
him.
okay.
And
See, that
he
wasn't
doesn't attack
explained.
anybody else. We're all good. Later on, as he becomes more in control of this form, he may be able to change to it at will and prolong it even out of combat, but not right now because it's still fresh and new. It's only been a couple of weeks since this happened to him.
It's like
Yeah.
Jim Carrey and the mask.
Kind of. Yep.
Yes.
We are going to take a break. We're going to take a 10-minute break right now, folks. Then we will come back and find out what the finish is from all of this stuff. So I'm just going to put us back on the Be Right Back screen. We'll see you guys in a little bit. See you guys in a bit. Be right back.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, we are back live again. I am going to do the good old clacker because when we're working out video editing, it's good if I've got sound for synchronizing. Okay, good. And this will be our last session tonight. We have played 2 sessions just previous to this. We're going to go around the table real quick. If somebody's got the camera controls, I've got to hand this one off to Raven real quick here. We're going to go around the table. I'm Dave Wildson, game master for our game. And we play on Wednesday nights. We generally play about 3 episodes per night. On my left is...
I'm Glenn LaValle. I play Raven Alexium. I'm a wizard.
I'm Amanda, and I'm Josephine Smith, and don't fucking mess with me.
We can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Don't mess with me.
Don't mess with Josephine Smith.
My name is Janice, and I play the part of Lavinia Rose, our fortune teller, healer, and not so much healer for undead.
And I am Rob Woodbury. I play Percival Redfeather, and I am also a weird tiger. So beware the weird tiger.
That's right.
I'm Ian Little, and I play the part of Thaddeus Poindexter.
Who is a...
Oh, I do a lot of things.
He's a sneaky con man, rogue type.
sir? How
dare you?
He's also our general physician and
That's true.
locksmith.
That's true.
He's
always torn between bandaging somebody and stabbing them. He always has a hard decide which way to go.
Life is full of difficult choices.
Yes. Okay, so we're at the point where you just defeated a great big undead mammoth that had thundered into this clearing in the burned out forest that you have. This is the southern part of the Fey Forest that has burned out and been caught on fire. What do you wish to do? I'm going to turn your
body
little
of the mammoth to see if there's anything worthwhile.
Little rescued fairy is
I was
laying in
going to
the
say, I
dirt.
would personally like to check on her.
Oh yeah,
Just
check on the
saying.
ferry. Yeah.
Okay, as you examine, who's going to examine this mammoth?
Well, I'm
I'm
already
sure
there to
Raven
take
will.
some tissue samples.
Okay, so how close are you getting to take those tissue
Oh,
samples?
I'm doing it very carefully,
All right.
not actually making contact with any part of it.
As it lays
How
there,
do you take tissue samples without making contact?
I have my gloves and
And daggers.
and various medical equipment for scooping.
And a 10-foot pole.
one of the things is that
And
there's
he's
just this
hovering as well.
horrible, odious smell that just seems to just permeate the air around this now burning and smoldering dead mammoth. So everybody that's within 20 feet of it, and I will tell you how far 20 feet is. We'll just go to one of the edges of it for 20 feet, by the way. That's everybody in the party has to roll a fortitude check.
Well, I'm just out of it.
And I'm upgraded in my fortitude, aren't I?
What?
With my level 5, my fortitude has been bumped up. I haven't had a chance to adjust it yet. But
Yeah, but okay, you're doing a fortitude save right now, right?
Yep.
Everybody, you too?
I'm just on the
Fortitude
edge.
is on the-
Like I'm outside
What?
of the circle, and so is
Oh, you moved your body. Okay.
I'm way
You
over there.
sneaky guy.
Remember, I slid off and I ran with my Zephyr.
Righto. Okay. I got to move Raven's little thing right there. You did too. Boy, you guys are smart. Okay, she's off over here. I got to remember to move these things and update them where they are compared to you. What about the rest of you?
Rolled
23.
17.
You're good.
23.
Okay, 2319, you're all good. So you're able to withstand just the sickening stench that otherwise would have made you sick.
What would have happened? Oh,
They would have been sick,
Just sick.
and started to feel ill. And
Medical school training. I
how
have to
close?
do that all the
I'm
time.
sure you
Okay,
smelled
so
a lot of yucky
you've gotten
things.
all of the dead flesh to use for trying to figure out a cure for ghoul fever. That's what you wanted it for, I assume.
That is correct.
Raven, what do you want to do about trying to search this big, dead, stinking body?
Well, I'll let Thaddeus do it because he's A, there, and B's got gloves on.
Spoken like a true wizard,
Or
huh?
I could use Mage Hand, I suppose. Yeah. That's what I'll do, actually. I'll get a little closer. I'll get within 30 feet, and I'll cast a cantrip Mage Hand to search the dead creature without touching it myself.
Just scooch around, squelch around.
All right. You find embedded deep in its rear flank what looks like
Up its butt, you mean?
Off the side of its leg,
Okay.
on the side of its hip. You find embedded almost right to the end of the shaft a spear of some type, but you've only got about a foot of it sticking out.
Well, I can't pull that out with my Mage Hand.
You cannot.
Why would you want to? It's a spear.
Well, it could be the spear of Longinus.
I cast Detect Magic on this spear.
It appears that the spear has got something magical about it.
Now you want
That's
it.
worth going
Fine,
for.
I'll get it.
So are you going to try and pull it out of there?
Sure.
Athletics check.
I was going to say you probably need
Okay.
a helping hand.
Percy level strength or something.
Yeah, you can do an aid to increase his opportunity.
So Percy will help you. Both of you will pull on him at the same time.
Yeah, well, I rolled pretty high for the tolerance to the stench, so
Roll for strength too, Percy.
Okay, my athletics, I get a +6.
And this one acrobat won't help you. It's straight strength. 6, 7, and
I was of no help whatsoever.
it is wedged. They are unable to pull it out. Apparently, the tip must be lodged in the bone quite a bit. What do you want to do about it?
Is this a woman's work here?
Give it a try.
Is there something we can use to twerk it?
We could hack it out if we wanted.
We're not twerking anything.
Twerk.
Oh, twerking.
I love when she won't ever say anything because you know she rolled like a 1 or a 2 or a 2. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, my turn. Hang on.
Lavinia.
Yeah, sure. You'll have no problem.
12 plus whatever.
Yeah, doesn't work.
Sorry, this is an athletics check.
It's an athletics check, a strength check.
Okay, well, I've got a +9 to athletics. Everyone else is wussed out, so I'm going to give it a shot. But I'm like the least strong character.
Now, if it was acrobatic,
Oh,
ironic.
squishy. We can
Let's
do
go,
it.
squishy wizard.
Maybe it's like a jar lid and they loosened it for you.
I did not pull it out.
So the group has abysmally failed on their first attempt to remove the spear from the body of the dead, smoldering undead mammoth. What are they going to try next?
Well, I'm going to search the other dead bodies because you've removed them from the board, but they're still there.
Yes.
I am going to approach the little woman over here and make sure she's still alive.
Yep.
It looks like she is still unconscious in a feverish, almost like a coma. She's breathing very heavily.
Okay, I need your help, Thaddeus.
Remember, it's only been like, 5 minutes since
Yeah.
the mammoth came thundering in
you
here.
need to keep her cool.
Mm-hmm. I was just thinking that I've got do we have any cloth we can moisten and put on her?
Yeah, I've got cloth.
Yeah.
I've got bandages.
Yeah, let's get some cool cloths on her.
Lavinia, do you have prestidigitation handy?
No.
No, I don't either.
Question though. Did you do a detect magic on her?
I haven't on her. No, as a fae, I imagine she's magical by nature.
I'm just wondering if we could put some holy water on the cloth and put it on her and see.
Couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Holy water never hurts unless they're undead.
Yeah, it shouldn't hurt. If it does hurt, then we've got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So you put some holy water on a cloth.
You have a cloth?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
we
I've
have
got a
her
bunch.
moistened with the damp cloth.
Her skin cools a little bit. You don't see any other change.
Cool cool cloth.
She is still unconscious and in a fever. Okay, so checking the other bodies.
Yep.
As you route through the other bodies, you find 3 muskets with bayonets on them. They are all badly rusted and no longer operable.
Or are these the undead that we fought
The
before?
soldiering dead, yeah. You find, other than that, tattered uniforms, and you find some silver coins. A couple of them still have silver coins in their pockets from Earth.
Oh.
So you find a couple of quarters and even $1 silver.
Fancy.
Apart from
Interesting,
that,
not Roman this time.
apart from that, you find 1 usable boot knife that is stuck in one of their leather boots still. And that is the only thing that is still usable on these burned out, desiccated, undead soldier corpses.
Now, if I can recall from last week, you were saying the only ones who can actually use weapons are us 3. These guys can't use weapons, right? So a boot knife wouldn't be.
They can use small weapons. They
Okay, would you
cannot
like a
use
boot
big
knife?
martial weapons.
I don't know if I need it, to be honest. I think I have already something like that.
In this case, remember, it is a bright iron boot knife,
A bright iron boot knife.
right? It's iron from Earth, which means that it is valuable in this world.
And which means that it does incredible damage to.
Does an extra D4 damage. The problem is nobody can handle it but you guys or other wilders. Anybody who's native to Era can't touch it. So that really limits your ability to trade it.
I have a hatchet already, and I can't carry very much stuff, so I think I'm okay with what I've got. But we can put it in the bag of holding.
A knife. Okay.
might
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
A little later on, I'll check the balance.
Well, you've got all the stabby fingers, so
It's true, yeah. You got
Stabby
you got room
fingers.
in your
Stabby fingers.
he's
your
Edward
glove.
Scissorhands.
One of the things that you notice about when you fully check all of these soldiering dead, and this is one of the first times you've had a chance to really check these dead guys, is that you notice that 4 of them have got gray Confederate uniforms, something you'd recognize anywhere, and 2 of them have got blue Union uniforms. Apparently, they are a mix of the dead from both sides of the Civil War.
Interesting.
And
I guess once you're dead, it doesn't matter what
well,
side
apparently
you're
it
on.
doesn't matter to whoever is controlling them. So, what do you want to do about the spear?
All right. Was someone going to chew it out or something like that?
No, I've already moved on.
I want it. I'm going to take my hatchet and I'm going to hack it out.
Oh,
You're going to hack
it's
it out?
morbid.
That's
I
right.
love it.
Okay. Go ahead and
Very
swing
careful.
to chop it. You're going to need to roll to
Do you
see
have
how
any
well
extra
you
gloves?
Oh, I've got gloves in my medical kit.
I rolled a 13, and this is an athletics.
The magic glove.
13 and
Yep,
9 is
yep.
22.
You end up making a pretty good start on chopping it. You chop in about 2 feet into the blubber. Some of it squirts up on you. Roll a fortitude check.
Thing I do for treasure.
Squishy.
I rolled a 15, and my fortitude is plus 10.
It's gross and it stinks, but you don't feel any ill effects. The thing is still heavily wedged. What do you want to do?
You okay? You gonna throw up?
I'm going to try to pull it out again,
Okay.
being that it's now slightly
Yes.
less embedded. I rolled a nat 1.
Oh no!
It's slippery and it's goopy. You end up
On your end.
slipping as you try and pull it out. You fall
You used your
backwards
chrono shifts.
and you do 2 points of damage to yourself.
I'm gonna try because I'm getting frustrated with these people.
All right. It's now a very
Oh.
slippery, gooey thing.
17 plus my strength, which is 10, and so
You feel it
27.
give a little bit. It doesn't come out all the way, but you feel it give and pull out about 2 inches.
okay. That's such a straight line.
Well, it's better than what we did.
Cool.
I'm going to keep hacking at it.
You want to try hacking again?
Why not?
Roll to hack.
What's the worst that can happen? I mean, natural ones that happen.
That is just not a good question to ask.
This time
Medically speaking.
I rolled a 2 that time.
Wow.
As the stuff, that's your attack, right?
That's a 2 plus 9 is 11.
You just end up chopping into it with your axe and just making some mess. More stuff squirts out, but you don't end up making any more headway into the chopped up mammoth flesh, but you need to roll a fortitude check again.
Oh no. Oh my god. What's happening?
17 plus 10.
And once again, stuff, you're now almost covered in this horrible
This is so
mammoth
horrible.
ichor that's rotting. And
It's gonna get worse.
you're pretty ripe. You've taken on the smell of this mammoth yourself, but it doesn't seem to be bothering you or giving you any ill effects so far, somehow, miraculously. So what's happening next?
Well, I made some progress, so
All right, so Percy's going to try and give it another try.
2 inches of.
I'd go over there and use my woman muscles, but I'm trying to attend to this dying berry over here while you guys are trying to
so
wrestle
20
a spear
23.
out of a.
What's that?
elephant.
23.
23. You pull it loose.
Okay.
It eventually comes loose and slides out. Slorp. You notice something very unusual about the end of the spear. The end of the spear is actually almost like it was made from living wood, and coming out are 2 side branches besides the main end of the spear, which has flattened out and grown into what looks like a natural spearhead that's incredibly hard. There are 2 small side branches that have come out, and there are 2 smaller side spears beside it. So it's almost like 3 spears, and the side, the little,
Triton?
almost, but they're very small and they're very close to the shaft. And those spearheads are very pointy, narrow leaf shaped. You can even see the decoration of veins as though they were leaves. It's clearly elven in origin.
It's a Barbie spear. Or barbs.
So, as far as magic goes, you're not able to identify it. You haven't seen anything like this before. If you have somebody who's of elvish descent, maybe they can tell you what it's about.
Well, don't we have an elvish descent among us?
Somebody who's actually lived in this world of
Oh,
elvish
I see.
descent.
Not just a.
Oh, so we
Yes.
got to
I
heal
can't
up
just
our
touch it
little
and be
friend.
like, oh.
Not yet. You can't. No.
No, we got to heal up our little friend. And your
I would. Can we get this woman to safety? And
well, I don't know where we're going yet.
I know. Well, where's the cleanest smelling air from here?
Not me.
Not
Definitely not you.
I mean, away from fire into fresh air.
I have been slowly moving towards this item here that appears to be a shed or a shack of some sort.
Like the image that we saw last week, and let me see if I can go find these for you. It was under scene.
Point to where that is for the audience's benefit.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah,
They can see
going over
that.
there. What is clearly some type of burned down shack or something like that. I think it's actually in the forest that we had these, wasn't it? Yes, it was.
That's the case.
All right. So I'll put it, it's up on the adventure screen now. Here's the scene from that we had where you discovered her last week. Mm-hmm. And what you're edging towards looks like it's some kind of, looks like it used to be a hollow tree.
Oh,
That-
that's what this is?
Has either naturally formed or perhaps carved windows in the trunk. And it was some type of home. It was a living tree that was somebody's home and is now a burned black charred husk. Do you want to continue?
Of course I do.
Let's explore.
We need to investigate.
Roll
we're
to
coming.
investigate.
Yep. Well, we're not split up.
Are you guys moving over there? You guys put yourselves on the main map where you want to
Everybody keep
be.
together,
stay
please.
together, guys.
Update your characters and then I will move the tokens over so I keep on.
Are we all all going to the shed here?
Yeah.
Am I carrying her?
Thaddeus is over there.
What are we rolling for? What
She's
is
your
the-
charge, my friend.
You're rolling to investigate. Is everybody going? The elephant's not going. The elephant's staying.
Look how
I'm
well
gonna
she
put you all
balances
over
on my
here in a big
shoulder.
cluster.
Those berries really are very light.
So an investigation, I don't see that as a skill.
Well, just tell me what you got. I'll just pull it out of
Just
my
roll-
ass.
roll
and
it
make
I
out.
got
out
a
of 20.
6, so I was hoping for some
Your
kind of bonus.
SOL. Perception. You can use perception.
Perception? Okay, well, that's better. That would be 16.
Okay. Anybody else?
If we're doing perception, then I'll be at a 30.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
I rolled an 18 and I've got a
Cool.
plus 12.
14.
22.
14.
You do not perceive anything outside, but there is clearly a small door about 3 feet high that enters into the trunk right at the ground level. The inside, based on the size of the trunk, you'd guess that interior space is 6 feet or less.
Checking for traps around the door or other things, and got a 26.
You find no traps. If there were any, they would have been burned up, but there's no reason for a trap to be here, and there is no traps around that door.
Doesn't hurt to check.
So what do you think?
I know I'm the smallest, but I'm also the one who doesn't like being underground. And I have this lovely lady balanced on my back. So I pass the buck to you.
I'll go in there.
Okay, you're going to get on down on all fours and crawl in there?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Get down on all fours and crawl in there.
Very good. So that would be a 16.
Well, as you go through the door, you realize that there's actually a small side passage that goes down into the ground under the tree.
Oh.
Once again, it's only, about 2.5 feet high. So you're going to have to be on all fours to crawl down into it.
Are you willing to leave the group again?
Do you want to go with him?
Yeah, I'll go with them.
So Lavinia gets all down on all fours in her rune dress and crawls in after
You're
him.
ruining it.
I take my rune dress and tie it up on my back.
Such
so
ruination.
that it enables me to be able to.
Okay, so Lavinia goes in as backup. Thaddeus, you going to continue to move forward?
Sure.
Well, I could hang on to the fairy queen and you could go in there. I'm too big.
I think she needs my attention.
Oh, really? Okay.
Have I mentioned I don't like being underground?
I don't mind.
30?
30.
As you crawl down the passage goes down about 8 feet and opens out into a slightly larger room, clearly whatever the living quarters were. These living quarters are just everything that's in them. Most of it is, there's not really furniture there. It's all quite natural, but there's been it's been filled with smoke. There's a little bit of dusty air in it that's moved in and out through the passage since then, so you can breathe, but it's not that great. You're going to start to cough after about 30 seconds. There's a lot of soot on the surfaces of everything. And in one corner, it looks like it's some kind of wicker box. That's the only other thing you find in the room, a wicker box. Above the wicker box, it looks like what used to be a natural bed was hanging above it, almost like a big leaf pod that somebody was sleeping in at one point. What did you roll?
I rolled a natural 20 plus 13 for thorough search.
All right. You find no traps. You're able to pull this little wicker box out. The lid is unlocked. And as you open up the wicker box, what do you find? I'm going to see if I can
No.
generate.
Do 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 do.
And I'm gonna.
Do 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 do.
And I'm gonna.
Do 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 do.
And I'm gonna.
Okay, so obviously the macro is broken because it didn't give me anything. Damn it. Hey, macro. Oh, level 0. Okay, hold on. Let's try this. I need to give it more numbers.
So we're all just crowded around this burned out stump waiting for 2 people to come back out, right?
That is correct.
I am cradling my brethren in my lap while she's
Or your sister.
feverish.
Yeah.
Is
And
there
Yes, my sister.
I am bemoaning my size because I'm too big to fit.
is there any water or anything in the area?
The only water is that, as it shows on the map, is some dirty, filled with ash water that is still left in the
We do have
Deeper
canteens.
parts.
All of us will have refilled our canteens regularly without having been
Okay,
reminded
well,
to do it.
I'm wishing to
on the way.
bathe a little, so the
Oh.
dirty water's got to be better than what I'm wearing.
Just splash it off
Something
yourself.
I might
gonna
alert you
try.
of is basic chemistry. Is if you expose water to ash, it becomes severely basic.
Hmm. So you're suggesting I don't do that?
I'm suggesting you may know more.
Well,
you
I-
need some fat to neutralize it.
yeah. Well, maybe I have an acid splash I can use. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't
oh,
do
I
that.
messed this up.
Well, if you pour the acid into the water and it foams up like mad, you know that you've got a basic acid reaction going on.
Well, I don't have anything that would make myself less disgusting, so I'll just suffer.
Okay.
Would you like a
There
gardenia,
we
sir?
go.
What?
A gardenia.
A flower?
Yes.
Where did you get that?
I don't know. I just have it. Would you like it?
Do you have a wash basin?
No,
You're
just,
carrying
just
magical
smear
things?
this on yourself. Please,
No,
please,
it's-
please smear the gardenia on yourself.
Not manly enough. I don't want to
Let's
smell
not.
like a
Well,
gardenia.
when you combine it with the smell that you've got, it will be manly enough.
No, it's
Could be
give
musky.
me sandalwood.
The natural musk.
Here are the things that you find. You find a small silver hand mirror.
Oh,
And it looks like it's part of a set because coming along with it is a little silver comb with an ornate handle. And when I say small, I mean they're a little bit bigger than Barbie sized.
aw.
There's also a scroll. It's not a very big scroll, but it's definitely a magic scroll of some type. And you find a whole bunch of smaller gems. There's an azurite. And there is a carnelian.
Yay.
And an obsidian. You find a little brightly colored shell. There's also one potion in the chest in one corner. It's slightly smaller than your smallest size of healing potion.
Sorry,
and
what was that again?
A little vial.
A little potion, a little vial with it almost looks like it's captured starlight inside. It's definitely a liquid, but it swirls around and sparkles. You find a second scroll, and this scroll appears to have some type of cloud as an illustration on the scroll itself. You find an agate.
Pardon me?
An agate is a type of gem. You find a milky quartz, another type of gem. And you find a wee little stash of about 5 orichalcum coins. But it looks like as far as value goes, oh, you find a third scroll underneath everything. There's 3 scrolls in here.
Does this one have any identifying features about it?
The third scroll has a picture of an owl on it.
Has what on
A
it?
picture of an owl
Oh,
on
a
it.
picture of an owl.
What does the first one have as a symbol, if anything?
Let me look through all this crazy stuff. Okay, the first one, I have got to get all this stuff copied so I don't lose it. We've we've got the one that's a picture of an owl. The next one is it's a scroll of, it looks like somebody laying on the ground asleep.
I can't identify any of these.
You're not down here right now.
Oh, that's right. I'm not.
You cannot identify any of them because you ain't there.
Yeah, it's those two that squish through. Bravely.
I am going to make a treasure guy so that I can keep track of your treasure.
Miss Rose, I suggest we get these out there and have Mr. Alexium check the potion to see if it can help out.
Mr. Poindexter, I absolutely agree.
Right.
Was there just one potion?
Yes, just a
Just one
tiny little
potion.
sparkly vial.
It looks like captured starlight.
A glitter vial.
Oh, I can't just put a list in here. Oh my God. What am I going to do?
You're going to
Containers. Edit a container.
talk to your squishy wizard who's been writing this all
Details.
down.
Description.
Yeah, squishy wizards.
Control V. Ha! Okay, now I can go back and read the stuff whenever I need to until I can actually turn it into items for you. Yes, questions from Squishy Wizard.
You know, just that he's been writing all this stuff.
I know, but he doesn't know what they are identified as.
Right.
So I know what they are identified as because I've got a list that shows them identified. The problem is next week I will have no clue whatsoever what those identified items were.
I will
Unless
forget that
I've
we
got
had
a
this
written
conversation by
exactly.
tomorrow, by tomorrow week.
So I have to have my list of my secret notes so I know what the hell I'm talking about later.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've got it. We're good. Do you want to try and identify any of these?
I would like to try to identify all of them that we don't know what they are.
Now that we're back up on the ground with you
right.
guys.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you for not dying underground, which is my deepest fear.
When you're looking at them, the potion has a very pleasant smell to it when you pull the cork off just to give it a little sniff. It's a very nice smell, very wholesome smell. You feel very good afterwards. And you put the cork back on the top of it.
We're willingly sniffing an open vial of mystery substance.
Woo, that's good stuff. And then it looks to you like it's pretty obvious that the scroll of the person laying down is clearly a scroll of sleep.
I was thinking that it possibly would be.
You do not find anything magical at all about the silver comb or the hand mirror. They just appear to be beautiful little items, little treasures.
Very little.
Same with all of the gems. As far as the rest of the things, the scroll with the cloud on it could be either a scroll of obscuring mist or a scroll of poison mist or a scroll of some kind of mist. And that's all you are able to figure out at this time.
My suggestion is that we leave this box with its contents.
What about the
intact.
owl scroll?
Scroll with the owl, you don't know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Something to do with an owl.
Obviously, I surmise that it belongs to our friend here, and when we get her to safety and she starts recovering, then we can give her all her items
Right.
back.
These things are not, they don't belong to us. They belong to our,
And if we want to get the Fae on our side, we need to treat them well.
Yes.
right. So as I was saying, where does it seem that the freshest air is coming from? I think we should go in that direction. Kind of get out of the smoke and into.
Well, are there any trees that one could climb and establish if there's anything in the distance?
Just like
I
the
know
burned
most
out
of them
image
burnt,
shows
yeah.
you, pretty much everything is the same. There's just this brownish gray pall of smoke, just like it shows there. And you can't see visibility because of all of the ash that's in the air. Visibility is limited in any direction. At the most, it's about 150 feet tops. you can't see any direction. You don't know beyond that any direction. There doesn't seem to be a lot of wind pushing through and moving anything anywhere. It's all just sitting there. You are in a dead forest.
How far away are we from the portal that we came through?
Well, you had followed a bit of a
question.
lane south, and that lane kind of turned into this little dirty waterway that came to where you discovered this little trapped Fey person. So you know, because of your tracking, Percy and Josephine have no problem following the path you came down back north. You could even see your prints in the ash still.
Well, what I wonder is what's in the direction of the path. If we go further, will we find more, or should we go back and try to go the other direction?
Let's brainstorm. Out of all the places that we've visited, do we know where we can get a healer for this lovely young lady?
Yeah, that's my thought, is that we may have a better chance of healing her if we take her to a different place than this.
We could take her back to the wizard's mansion.
We don't know how to get to the wizard's mansion.
We don't have a clue.
You guys ruin my fantasies about reuniting with Bear. It's fine. It's
Or-
fine.
We know.
Or guys, what about we go to the northern reach of the Elven Glade? Try the
Right.
other entrance.
Yes.
Which
Yes.
wasn't on
Which
fire.
was not on fire and possibly would allow us to get closer to the Fae.
And hopefully get her the medicine that she may
Right.
need, because it might be specific to her.
So we will
kind.
keep her box intact. Can't believe I said that.
You said it, and Sugar saw it.
I said it, and we will keep it with us because we're taking her to her rescue. So we'll just put the whole thing intact inside the bag of holding.
Yes, we will keep her. We will keep her box safe.
Once we get into a place with better air, we might try putting the potion under her nose.
Let's see if that regenerates her somewhat. Yeah.
I'm all for getting back to the pinnacle, getting back to the room with all the little
Fires, the portals,
the things,
the Hall of Fires.
Fires,
Yes,
yeah.
the Hall of Fires.
Yeah.
I'm not a genius. I'm just a really good markswoman. I was going to say marksman, but yeah. Yes, let's get back there. I'm severely concerned for this woman because she is like literally dying as she's like on my shoulder. So
Well,
I
if
want to
she
get
gets too critically injured to the point where she is near death, somebody has a spell for that.
Oh, well, I was going to say if she gets like all the way dead, we could always eat her, but that's just, I'm joking.
So
I haven't tasted elf before. I was kind of curious what it would taste like.
But there's something that you need to understand about this world in your discussions, and especially when you were at the rendezvous talking to people, you got a real sense that what they had to say about the Fae was that the Fae were made up of a whole bunch of different races. They're generally referred to as the Fae, but within the Fae, you very much got the elves, and then you have many of the other what are called the little people, or the wee folk. The wee folk tend to make up all of the other different magical species. And you don't know much of the history of why the wee folk are with the elves. The queen of the Fae is an elfin queen.
Tanya.
But most of the wee folk apparently are refugees. That they've joined the Fae, but they have been rescued by the Fae Queen from somewhere where something has happened far away across the sea. And they now live here in the Feywood as their place of refuge. And this is something that's happened more than one generation before this current generation. The oldest of them remembers it, but
I remember you telling us this not at Rendezvous, but before Rendezvous, when we were still with the tribe, before we left to go, like when we were still in the desert. we got a background a little bit about the Fae.
Okay, good.
That was a long time ago.
That's what you know. All right. So yeah, this one that you have found and rescued is one of the wee folk.
So it occurred to me that if we take a wee folk to this golden,
She's a pixie, clearly.
okay, so we take this pixie to this, cave of different locations. She'll probably freak out because she probably has never seen anything like it.
She's unconscious. She has been for a
And
while
she's a
now.
magical creature.
Okay, just saying. Like when she wakes up, she might be unnerved.
Well,
Well,
pop
I
her on the
mean,
head.
no matter where we go, if she's
be
on the
unnerved
back of
forever.
one of us, she's going to be unnerved when she wakes up.
Well, there's that.
Like, let's get her to safety.
Okay,
That's
so the
my
consensus
opinion.
is we're going back to the pinnacle.
Let's go back to the Hall of Flames and try the northern entry to the Elven Wood.
Okay. We shouldn't have to climb the pinnacle to get to the northern, though. We should just get close and see that it's not burned. Right?
Hmm?
We shouldn't. Well, we shouldn't have to climb all the way up to see that the northern side isn't burned. What I'm
They're
saying-
talking about going up the pinnacle, going through the
pinnacle
portal
that
to
we
the Hall of
climbed
Fires,
back down.
and going to Verdantis.
Oh,
Verdantis.
That's what they're talking about.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about.
I misunderstood.
Okay. Now you know. All right.
Is that what you're going to do?
So is the consensus, shall we take a vote? My vote is to yes. I got this little lady on my back and I'm willing to just like trek up that mountain to get back in there to get her somewhere safe personally. So that's my vote.
That's my vote as well.
I vote to go to Verdantis.
Right.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So you head off back north the way you came. It's you don't really need to search for the trail. It's very obvious from your footsteps in all of the burned ash that the way you have come. You're on that trail for about 20 minutes when you notice a set of tracks cross your own at a horizontal angle, kind of, well, not quite 90 degrees. There's more than one set of tracks that
What kind of tracks
crosses
are
your
they?
own. You want to try and examine the tracks?
I do.
Yes,
Percy
let's ask the tracker.
and, well, you too. You're a good tracker as well.
Oh, 17. No problem. So 17 plus 10. So 27.
They are humanoid feet. They're fairly narrow. They are leaving quite a light impression. And it looks to you like there is a half a dozen of them at least. There's at least 6 different sets of tracks. They are wearing not shod shoes as you have seen before, but they are wearing some type of homemade leather footwear.
Okay.
And they seem to have a fairly long stride, but a very, very light track. So you would tell from your expertise that they are not wee folk, that they are at least medium size, obviously humanoids, with a fairly lengthy stride, not quite as long as your stride, Percy, but longer than Josephine's.
With the delicate footprint, I would assume that they're elves.
It's quite a narrow thing, and
Pardon me?
How fresh are the tracks?
they're fresher than yours are.
We just came down an hour ago.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Should we follow these obviously elven footprints?
So we've got this dying woman.
Hmm.
Do we want to chase after them and see if they can help, or do we want to go back through the pinnacle and see if we into an unknown realm and take our chances there?
I think that the people who made these tracks have a greater chance of knowing how
They're
to-
local neighbors.
I agree.
As long as they're not an evil force, we should be okay. If they're evil, we'll just kill them.
Do we want to be stealthy about looking for them?
I can do that.
I don't think we need to.
Actually, I'm kind of thinking from a totally different opposite direction. Instead of stealthy, I think we should call out to them and let them know, we're trying to find you. We know that you're here. Could you please come and help us? We'll see what happens with that.
Or there could be warriors out to kill us.
Yeah.
While Lavinia yells things into the wilderness, I continue to cradle the.
I haven't yelled anything yet. I'm just asking you guys, do you think we
How
should?
about dying pixie?
Yeah, we'll just sick the bird on.
Okay, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna just
I
go
think-
after them without making any attempt at stealth.
I think we should follow after them. I don't. Stealth or no stealth, regardless, we need to go in the direction where people can help her because we don't know how to.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I have invisibility sphere. That's why I'm asking. So
Ooh.
we could like vanish, which would
Well, there
make
might
us
be some
stealthy.
benefit to that.
But we also would reappear in the middle of their town or wherever.
We can, yes, I can make it
Shock
go
them
away.
and they'd probably shoot us.
It only lasts 10 minutes though.
Okay. Well, we don't know how far their establishment is, so.
Well, I've rolled an 18 if I go off ahead.
Okay,
Stealthily.
well, that's yeah.
Ooh.
You could go off ahead and scout ahead of us. It's not a bad
And
idea.
we'll follow
Don't
behind
be
as close
far
as we
away
can.
from us.
No, I won't.
Yeah.
I won't go far.
No,
Should learn
he's
your lesson.
holding
You
your
get getting
hand.
married.
Come on, you two are inseparable now.
No, I mean in terms of
Says the weird tiger
Yes.
who put on the mask.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that what we're doing then? You're leading the way. We're following the tracks.
Yeah.
And we're
We're trying to be as creepy as possible.
50 feet behind you.
That's not too hard, is it? Yes.
So you are following the tracks, the new tracks that you found.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you should roll for your stealth and for your following. D20. Yep, all of you.
Looks pretty good. I got a 17. So not sure what we're adding to it.
12 plus whatever.
It's 17.
Mine's
Okay.
21.
We're still going to use the current map that we have. Please give me Mr. Elephant that is on it.
Perception check?
All that I want
Stealth.
from you
Stealth.
guys is to. I'm going to get rid of this elephant. Hold on here. Let me delete him. Can you guys just let's assume that you are headed back the way you came, which is towards Percy and up there that way. That's fine. That's the way you came back towards Thaddeus and Percy. Put yourselves in the line of marching order, please. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Putting a little
You didn't notice that?
yeah, I've been dealing with other stuff. Okay, so
I said I'm carrying
it
her
looks
on
to
my
me
back.
like Thaddeus is in front. Is that correct?
Yep.
And then right behind him is Percy and Raven. Bringing up the rear is Josephine carrying your little pixie girl and Lavinia. You are rolling, and what did you roll?
I rolled a 24, checking for traps along the way.
As you follow the trail, it's not very hard to follow because just like you, they clearly are leaving imprints in the ash as they go along. It is 10:38. We're going to wrap it up in a couple of minutes, probably 5-10 minutes. As you are moving along, the first three people in the group, Thaddeus, Percy, and Raven, roll reflex.
$23.
23. All right.
19.
19.
26.
One of the things that you notice, and you're able to leap out of the way to save yourselves, but all of a sudden, up out of the ashy ground, all of a sudden these vines appear. They come up and they try and grab your feet and anchor you in place.
We got a druid in there.
Then as you look up, you discover, as if out of nowhere, they have just materialized right in front of you. Roll for initiative.
Oh no.
No.
You give them the adventure speed. Oh, you did good. Okay. Roll for initiative, boys and girls.
Undead elves.
I was gonna say, huh.
Didn't want them. We wanted the nice elves.
I rolled a 4. I got last. Thank you.
So make sure you know what your totals are. I'm going to have to change the screen from the adventure screen back to Foundry to be able to put your information in. I think I'm just going to put it in a quick little note first. Why don't we do that? We'll just hold on. Let me just
Why don't we
grab a
roll for
little bit of
initiative
note.
next time we come back on?
Okay, I'll accept that.
Oh,
That way you get a better initiative.
I got it.
No, I don't mind going last. I actually don't mind going last when it comes to.
I'll give you guys the choice. Do you want to do a new initiative next time or keep these initiatives?
Doesn't matter.
I don't
I
care.
like mine, but
Mine's okay.
I'm fine either way.
Okay, we're going to go around the table. Raven.
I got 28.
28. Josephine.
Including my bonus, it's a total of 14.
14. Lavinia.
Including my bonus, it's a total of 13.
13. Yeah, what did I do? Hold on. Let's do this.
Kind of ugly looking.
Lavinia.
They're terrible looking.
Percy,
19.
you were a 13, right, Lavinia? Percy, 19. And Thaddeus.
14.
Wow, you guys didn't roll real high this time.
Twinsies.
Okay, we are going to call it there because we don't want to start a new big encounter where you're doing whatever you're going to do with these guys. I give you time to think about strategies for next week. 2 things that you've got now for homework. One of them is strategies of how you're going to deal with this party of elves that you've been confronted with. Clearly not living elves. They used to be living elves. The other thing is your ancestry feats and your other things and your attributes. Where do you want to put points? My suggestion would be to you that whatever your key ability is, get it to 4 and then put points in other things like constitution or intelligence or charisma, whatever. But if your key attribute was dexterity, get it to 4. If it was intelligence, get it to 4. I know that Raven already did that kind of thing. So whatever your key attribute is, get it up to 4, then put your points elsewhere until the next round, next time when you're level 10 and you can add more attributes. Okay. Thank you very much,
So
guys.
my dexterity was already at 4. Can
So
I add more to it?
not that, yeah, if you're already at 4, I don't see why you couldn't put 2 points into it, right?
Will you let us do that? I thought we could only, well, the old rules were you can only increase it by 1 point if it was already at 18. But with the new stuff, I don't know.
Let
what
me
it does.
research it and I will try and have an answer for you.
I'm not that I wanted my dexterity, but I see that I'm already at 4 for that,
Yeah,
for example.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I was like, well, can I go above that?
I'll go find out and see. The reason that they start to penalize you when you get too many points in one attribute over other ones is so that you don't become a ridiculously lopsided character, right? They want you to be somewhat balanced as a character. Any other questions?
We've got some compliments on the undead elves there, Dave.
Oh, so
People are enjoying
Croatian
the-
says that the undead elves look dope. Thank you very much. And yes, thank you guys for coming and hanging with us.
Thank you so much.
This story tends to move slow. I know that. But besides watching us live, you can also come and just check things out on YouTube. Is probably the best. I'm going to be putting the finished videos up on YouTube, Rumble, that kind of thing. And there you can see a cleaner version of the story that moves a little quicker because that's what those videos focus on. They focus on the story first and then our banter second. To get an idea of where we're going. And also, if you'd like background on our story and what's happening, we will continue to try and add to that on our website and also our YouTube videos. We will try next week to do a video that is 2 game sessions and 1 backstory session so that we cover some of the backstory of what happened after you left the Anasi when you'd been with them in the desert and you headed east in your first attempt to get to the Fae.
I bet people
Don't
will
forget
be,
to like and subscribe.
Yeah, thanks very much. Excellent job.
I was gonna say I bet people will be thrilled to see us when we were duck hunting and duck hunter. What was the other one? The other game.
Oh
that we
yeah,
played?
the other game that we played.
I wish we had video of
It was
that.
like it was like a
know.
target shoot.
Yeah, it was
and
just like a pew pew.
then there
game.
was I think there
Terrible.
was it was terrible. There was
I'll try and
We all did awfully.
primitive.
I'll try and find a few of those too, and we can look
Yeah,
at them
yeah,
again
yeah,
real
yeah.
quick, because that was fun.
Have to share the links with the people at home and see how well they do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did pretty damn good. Which one of it was one of you two did really
She did the
good?
best.
I'm the sharpshooter.
There you go.
She
That's
did the
right.
best.
That's right.
I did okay, but she did the best.
Okay, that's it. Thanks very much, folks. Here,
Thank you
let me
so
have the
much,
driver.
babe.
and
Guys, everybody at home.
set
thank
it
you so
all up.
much.
Can I have the parrot?
And off we go. We're gonna move off to thanks for watching.
Wait.
Oh, you want to do something first? Okay.
Good night to Sugarberries. Good night to Pyro. Good night to Bree. Good night to ZZ. Good night to Luscious Beard. Luscious Beard. Oh, and good night. I know she's not on the. Wait. I know she's not on the chat, but thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, Nina. Nina. Good night.
Okay.
Thank you.
Excellent.
That's so much fun.